greetings and citations fine.
That way, when I come back the next day, I'll do a regular show, and people will go, that was a great show.
Smart.
You know?
Because when you set the bar high every day, it's like, this is what we expect.
Right, forget it. Forget it.
Which you do.
I appreciate that. I'm going to throw an appreciate your way.
You're a headline maker.
I was making headlines yesterday
I see.
in the hip-hop blogs. I was also glad I didn't contribute to Andrew Schultz's opinions. I just allowed him to speak because I don't want to be tied up in all that mess.
Yup, I agree.
People got so emotional about it. Oh. Yeah, a bunch of the blogs picked up old Schultz's comments on Kendrick. You know, he was in on, what was that, Monday that he was in?
Yep.
And he was talking about, you know, Kendrick and his thought process, which is not really the first time that he's talked about it, but I guess just him spelling it out so succinctly. And they actually, all the places that covered that did a very good job. Like, they went beyond the clip to get in-context quotes. But I think that might also be because anything talking about this whole Kendrick-Schultz beef is going to get clicks. So if they can get further quotes on it, it'll be good. Because we posted the clip of it on Instagram. It was a long clip. It was like a 2-minute clip almost. But then also posted the full interview on YouTube. And it looked like all the, you know, like Complex posted it. A bunch of people wrote articles about it. And it looked like they had all also gone back to the YouTube version so they could pull kind of in-context quotes or anything. But while I remember specifically on Monday while he was saying it, I was in my head going, just in case, let me just allow the man to speak here. Let me not, because it's also not my beef, you know?
It's not about you.
It's not about me.
No.
It's about two entertainers who have publicly... It is funny, though, because my true feeling is that the people who criticize Schultz are going, bro, Kendrick wasn't really asking people to kill your friends. You know, this is just a line on a song. He's not really asking people to kill anybody. And then, but in my head, I go, okay, that's true. 100% true. But by the same logic, I would argue that Andrew Schultz was not in legitimacy offering to have sex with Kendrick Lamar. You know, I don't think he actually meant what he said either. I think it was, if you can say a thing, I can say a thing. And I feel like they did kind of meet there. But if you're a fan of one over the other or whatever it is, of course you're going to take sides. And I never mind people taking sides in beefs like that. As long as I can ask people involved about it and then stay away from it, I'm happy, you know? So it was yeah, thank you for everybody who did responsible reporting, because I don't like when they just see the clip. It's one thing if you're just a person and you just see the clip and you're like, oh, that's interesting, and leave a little comment on Instagram. I never mind that. If you just watch the clip and leave a comment on the clip, I would never say, well, you didn't see it in context. Well, I'm the one who posted the clip, so obviously you can leave a comment on it. But if you're going to go all the way to write an article or a blog post or whatever it is about it to kind of, I mean, the purpose of that would be to inform people of what was going on. I do appreciate when people actually go back and watch or listen to the full interview.
The next step is to make sure that these reputable news agencies that are reporting on you,
Like Complex,
like Stereo Gum,
I love Stereo Gums,
get the possessive right.
I was upset about that. I wasn't going to mention it. I'm glad you did, because you have my back. I wasn't going to mention it because I thought I was being, you know, but
it's not the name of the show.
It's not. And one place posted it, and then, you know, but I mean, it's a good thing. We benefit from it. But the way news works now, one place that is reputable, I think Complex might have been the first to post it.
I think so, yeah.
Like, and they're reputable. Like, they post it, and then others regurgitate it. You know, they kind of go like, okay, if this is what they're posting, it's good enough for me to post. And they get most of the information for their article from the other article as opposed to sourcing stuff themselves. And one person did it, and then the rest of them did it. I don't understand what's so confusing about this. It said all of these. It said the comedian was a guest on Sirius XM's The Sam Roberts Show.
Which is the name I suggested.
You suggested, that's fine, but that's not a show. That suggestion was heard, was acknowledged as a suggestion.
Respected,
and declined. I'm not. I always love a suggestion, but also, I think everybody around me knows, with respect, peace, and love, I will decline a suggestion. It's not a personal thing.
I understand.
It's my vision.
And I did see a few places during the Paul Walter Hauser press that went around.
Mm-hmm.
Some got it right.
Right.
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
SiriusXM just put out their daily news letter.
Okay.
They credit the Sam Roberts Show.
What is going on? Why would SiriusXM do that? It's their show. Ultimately, even though it is,
God damn it!
It is technically my show. It's crazy, right, Danielle?
They need to know that.
Scroll down. There's the.
Everyone needs to know that.
It's branding. It's specific. It's what separates us.
If you go down there, you can see the thing.
It's specific and intentional. And look, I appreciate, they're going like, look at all the great newsmakers here. Sam Roberts, from the Sam Roberts. It's not the Sam Roberts Show. There's
I have an idea.
Okay.
Just change it to the Sam Roberts Show.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
Man, you're on fire with your ideas this week.
Yeah.
It's so much
okay.
easier.
Okay. How about this?
Also, Sam, this idea from Troy
Go
does
ahead.
not involve cake, so that's a step.
That's the first thing you
We could
contributed to the
celebrate
show.
it. I'll get a Carvel cake to celebrate.
Here's what I'm thinking. We change the branding, and then we'll write it on a Carvel cake, and we'll bring the cake in the studio. We'll all have a slice.
It'll be fudgy.
Yeah. We'll make sure it's got the cookie crumbles in it. No, look, I appreciate your suggestion. Acknowledge it. It's not a bad suggestion. I'm not going to take
But
it.
you're fucking everybody up.
I'm not fucking anybody up. They're the fuckers, not me. This is called branding. And it's what makes us unique. It's what explains the show from the very beginning. All you have to do is look at the title of the show, the proper title of the show, and you understand everything there is. That apostrophe says more than the title of half the nudniks that do shows here. These nudniks, they do shows. None of the names make any sense.
You talking about the morning mashup?
Wait, what's being mashed up? What the hell is being mashed up? It's what they think, because it's three people doing a show. Every show has multiple people talking. What's being mashed up? The name doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I don't know why you're so against the word the.
Because you know him. He gets in his ways.
I'm not anti the is a generality, but it's like, it's Sam Roberts' show. Oh, it's his show. Oh, that's interesting. He's got his show.
But why not the Sam? I just don't understand.
Because everyone does that.
Everyone does it. Danielle knows.
I honestly like this idea. Like, it's so unique that
Thank
every
you.
time people talk to me about it, I'm like, oh, there's no the.
Thank you.
There's no the.
And then when they go, what's the deal with the apostrophe? You tell them it's possessive.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, that makes
but sometimes
sense.
good ideas just
Grammatically.
don't work out.
They all work out.
No.
And I listen to the youth anyway. I'm not listening to a bunch of crotchety old men stuck in their ways.
I mean, show me the youth show where it has an apostrophe like.
No. That's this. Okay, I will. Welcome to it.
Well, like
You're sitting in it right now. How is that? Is that exciting or what?
It's Sam Roberts.
It's Sam Roberts.
That has
Oh
a nice
God,
ring
that's
to it.
horrible. No, it doesn't. That's horrible. Horrible.
It's a
You
great
mean
idea.
it's Sam Roberts and then no show? Just
No,
it's
No,
Sam
like, that's the name of the
It's
show.
Sam Roberts.
It's Sam Roberts sounds like the name of the show that would be featured in a David Guest mockumentary about a radio show. And you know I'm right.
All right. Listen,
That doesn't work at all.
I'm just throwing it. It's not too late. We're only 3 months into this thing.
Yeah, we could turn things around.
It's like home for Purim.
For poor.
Makes no sense. There's a big buzz about It's Sam Roberts.
There was. Home for poor.
Parker Posey is so goated.
She is.
Listen, Sam Roberts show.
I'm just saying, like, this is not the last time you're going to make press.
All right, good. And
You
we
do it
will-
on the reg.
That's true. I can't help it.
You can't help it.
I'm
You're
just trying to
talking
have
to these guys.
All I'm trying to do is have conversations with my friends, and everybody wants to write about it, and that's fine. I don't mind
Their
it.
ear to the wall over here.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. That's why we do what we do. But not only will we not change it, we will fight it. We will fight it every time.
Well, it's also just bad journalism.
Bad journalism.
If you're going to write about a show, the least you could do is look it up. And then when you
That's right.
see it, say, oh, wait.
That's
there's no
right.
the.
See,
What about when the company puts it in their own email?
Well, here's what it is. Another great thing about the fact that there's no the in the name of this show is that it is exposing to the hacks out there. And I say that with peace and love.
Who are the hacks?
Everybody who writes the before my name.
The company?
Unfortunately, in this scenario, yeah. You can come back from it, but unfortunately, because it's like,
But in their defense, it's a brand new show. And it doesn't make any sense. It should be the same.
It makes all the sense in the world.
They
actually.
probably think that it's wrong on the app.
Okay, well, if you sit there and go, that doesn't make any sense, maybe you didn't go to college or whatever. I don't know.
I went to college. No, I did.
Kinda. No. It's
Okay.
It's catchy. It gets the people going.
It's snappy.
It's snappy. Sam Roberts Show. No one knows what that means. Yeah, no. It's a big time.
It's not a big time.
I mean, imagine going like, yeah, we need. If somebody came to you and said, no, you are not a food. You must be called the black caviar. You're not caviar. You're two guys.
Black caviar.
You're two guys spinning discs. Okay.
That's a bad example.
Well, I'm just saying, you wouldn't want that put in front of your name.
I don't know if I'd be so
I
offended
mean,
by
you
it.
run around calling yourself Troy Kwan. And how many times have you gotten on Instagram? I can't believe Troy's not an Asian man.
Or black.
How many times has that
I'm
happened?
not offended by that. I take.
But
this
nobody
compliment.
accuses you of poor branding. It's okay. That's a misinformed person. Also,
like-
Cultural appropriation, maybe.
wait, no, it's not cultural appropriation because there's one name. People think Kwan is his legit last name.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's, prancing around as something he's not.
Are you prancing?
I was, but I guess I'll stop.
Okay. Didn't realize you're going to be held under a microscope, did you?
All right, it's hard to prance around when you're eating 5 flying saucers.
He's prancing 24,000 prances.
That's right.
A day.
24,000 prances
That's
a day.
true.
That's how you prance off the
true.
flying saucers, right?
Well, I mean,
You try.
I'm trying.
You try.
Did you have 24,000 yesterday?
Let me look.
How many steps did we get in yesterday?
How many flying saucers did we eat yesterday?
Both are important updates.
Did you go to eat that cake?
The one that Danielle told me about?
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay. Did you want to?
Well, we'll get one of those when we rebrand.
When it's called the Sam Roberts Show?
It's now, yeah, which means you better not have an appetite for cake because it's never happening.
18,000 steps yesterday.
All
Okay,
right.
that's still very good. More than me.
Definitely more than me.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Sam Roberts Show.
See how good that sounds when Troy answers the phone? Sam Roberts Show. No, the.
Yeah, because he has to.
The Sam Roberts Show is so bland, so formulaic, so like...
So yesterday.
So yesterday, and very much like, oh, we couldn't think of a name for the show. You know?
I mean, all you're doing is just taking the out and being
I
like,
know, but
look at
it's-
what a genius I am.
Look at what it's done.
Look at what it's done. It's gotten the whole world talking.
Wow.
I
No,
mean,
the whole world's talking about a different show.
Yeah, it's something totally different. You're
It's
the
got-
only one talking about it.
it's got you guys got your whole head spinning. You can't even fathom it.
Well, we're trying to get the host back on track with
No.
calling the show the right name.
No, I'm like Elon. Like I'm thinking, not like the. I'm more like the
We
old.
gonna start Sieg Highland now?
No, you're right. No, I shouldn't have said that.
What are you just losing to tutorial bosses while you're playing on Twitch?
No, I meant the genius. Okay, I'm like Kanye. I'm like wait. No. I meant the old. Diddy.
What are you thinking?
Dude.
I don't know these guys.
You're all fucked up today.
Well, he was successful before we found out about the baby oil. That's all I meant. No. Mike in Florida.
Hey, what's going on, Samo?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I know we've had our differences in the past, but I really am curious. If it was possessive
Right.
and your name is already Roberts, wouldn't it be Sam Roberts' show?
People have tried to do this to me as if I'm not an
I'm not joking. I'm really curious.
I appreciate that. We have looked it up on the air because people didn't trust that I had done my proper due diligence. And
Okay.
Roberts's would technically be acceptable, but just adding an apostrophe to the end of the name that already ends in an S is absolutely standard and acceptable.
All righty. Well, I'm on Troy Kwan's team on this one, and I like the
Thanks,
Sam
baby.
Roberts show, but, whichever. To each his own.
I appreciate that.
Hey, we
Thank
miss you, Mike. Why don't you
All right,
call
love
in
you,
more?
buddy.
We haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah. All right.
No, you come.
All right. We got to the bottom of that.
Yeah, hung up on him while Troy was.
We did it.
I like Mike.
Yeah. Well, I know you do.
Well, yeah.
I know you do. Let's get Andy in South Carolina in here. Yeah. No. I mean, plus it's like that's how you take full advantage of the Roberts name. There's an S on the end. People go like, oh, that's just a nothing burger. Oh no, it's an everything burger.
All right.
Because you can just throw an apostrophe at the end of it.
It's just confusing.
You can't do that with Teft. You know what I mean?
I don't have a show.
Teft doesn't even sound like a name. It's like a sound.
It sounds
you
like
know?
vomit. Like,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Troy.
Like
I'm
it's
sorry, bro. Sorry.
like if you saw a comic book character, like a box in a comic book, and it was like it was the main character of your graphic novel, and he was standing over a toilet and just profusely vomiting. And then there was an exclamation bubble like the old Batman. And it just said Taft over it. You'd be like, oh yeah, that would be how you would describe that.
You're not going to get an argument out of me. I hate my last name.
I get it.
Let's change it.
It's too late.
If I change the show name, will you change your last name like legally?
Yep.
Will you change it to Roberts?
No, I'll change it to Rifkin.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, no, I'll change it to Robert.
Roberts.
That'd
would
be
be
so
funny.
funny.
I'm going to try to get everybody to change your last name to Roberts.
Lisa, listen. It's fine.
And she has to take your new name because she took your old name. Yeah. So by default, she would take your new name too.
Look,
also,
it's fine.
Your daughter would have to as well. But that's, that's fine.
Lisa has a sense of humor. I think she'd go along with it.
Right. And she'd go,
She doesn't want to be a Robert.
she'd go, he's just joking, right? He's not like starting a cult. And you go, no, it's just a bit. And I go, yes, just a bit.
Then the new checks come in the mail. Lisa Roberts, like, what?
What? I don't understand. I start calling you're all my children. You're like, this is still a bit, right? He's not doing a cult, right?
It's a little culty.
This is definitely not a cult, right? No, it's not a cult. But I'm going to need to have sex with everyone's wives. Not a cult. Not a cult. I do love that part in the cult documentary. Every cult documentary. When they go, no, it just seemed like a good idea. It seemed like everybody was hanging out. Everybody had the same beliefs and everything. And then, it just made sense that he would have sex with everybody's wives and daughters. Like, that's every single cult. It's the biggest red flag that's ever existed. But somehow people still kind of fall into it. The minute you think that it's either just like a church group or it's just a group of like-minded people who have similar goals, the minute whoever is in charge, especially if they say nobody's really in charge, the minute one person says, now I need to have sex with all your wives, you're in a cult, dude.
Did the Bhagwan have sex with everybody's wives?
I think he did.
He just had I know he had the watch.
He had he liked gifts.
He loved gifts.
He loved to get gifts. I think he did have sex with everyone's wives. I think so.
I know it was like a weird sex cult because they were hearing the sex coming from
Right.
out in the town.
And yeah.
But I don't know if he was like...
I don't think there are any cults that are not sex cults. People say sex cult, but I think they're all sex cults. Except, no, I don't... Was that one? Was Heaven's Gate? Did they? I know they started.
No, weren't they getting castrated?
They were castrating each other. Okay, so maybe that's what it is. Either have sex with the wife or convincing you to castrate yourself.
I think they were all having sex with Ma Anand Sheila.
Ma Anand Sheila. That's right.
She was the one cleaning up?
I think so.
She was cleaning
I'm just
up.
going to say that.
And she was doing it as a power move too. She was taking the power in that scenario.
She was a horrible person.
I kind of...
Ma Anand Sheila?
You like her. I know you do.
Honestly, I kind of found her sexy.
Yeah.
Well, you like a woman with power.
I like a woman that's crazy. That's really what it comes down to.
You think so?
When you're that insane that you're going to poison a town with the salad bar,
Right.
There's just something sexy about that.
Although you tried to do that at a Wendy's once.
No, I spit up chicken chunks into the salad.
By mistake. Or by emergency, I should say.
It was an emergency.
You're right.
I got to rewatch this. This is such a great
That's
documentary.
like
Wild
one of the
Wild
best-
Country.
One of the best cult documentaries ever.
Yeah. I think Wild Wild Country is amazing. It's still on Netflix, I believe. It came out like years ago, but it really is amazing. That's a rewatch for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put that up there. If I'm ranking cult docs, I'm putting Wild Wild Country high on the list.
Okay.
I'm definitely putting Mother Earth. Was that the one where everybody...
Mother God?
Mother God, maybe? Yeah, maybe Mother God. The one where they turn blue and shit. That was like...
That was just from the silver.
Sure, and that was just to cure, like, whatever ails you.
Mother God. Love
Mother
is one.
God. Yeah, Love is one. Yeah. Yeah, that one was that was a sleeper.
Yeah.
That one was amazing. And I feel like there have been a couple others that are pretty good. I don't think I put TikTok Cult on there.
No.
I mean, it was a kind of an interesting story, but
Let's see.
I don't know anything about that. You're probably going to have to skip through. They did a top 20. I mean, I feel like Jonestown should probably be ranked a little higher. Maybe it's because we're all familiar with the story. And I like the David Koresh drama that...
No, Michael Shannon does not count.
Michael Shannon counts, I think.
That's...
Riggins from Friday Night Lights plays David Koresh. I like that. I like that one.
I don't know any of these.
Holy Hell was good. I remember Holy Hell.
I feel like I watched Holy Hell.
By the way, can you scroll up a minute?
Of course I can.
That's very insulting. The Scientology doc. I mean, Scientology says they're a church.
Yeah.
But they put this on the cult documentary list.
Yeah.
So they're, without saying it, saying Scientology's a cult.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
Well, I think they are.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, Going
another,
Clear was
and then another, but this is still Scientology.
Yeah, well, they're a fucked up organization.
That's just mean. They're insisting Scientology is for sure a cult, is what they're saying.
What's her face from King of Queens did a whole series.
Actually, I know her from Saved by the Bell, the summer season.
That's right.
You talking about Stacey Carosi?
Yes.
I did. I watched that. By the way, that guy...
She was Pumbaa's daughter.
That guy did play Pumbaa. Yeah. You're right. It's Mr. Carosi. Why, when I was a young warthog? Yeah. No, and that was a good series. That guy Mike Rinder died.
Yeah, he did.
Rest in peace to Mike Rinder.
Yeah.
I watched the whole first season at least. Stolen Youth, I've never heard of that. Kamare, I've never heard of that. Wild Wild Country at 6 is a wild choice.
Well, let's see.
Let's see what's above it.
The deep end.
That doesn't feel like it should be above. No, I'm putting Wild Wild Country above it. I'm not watching it.
I mean, I'll watch anything that they're putting above that. Jonestown, the women behind the massacre.
Waco, see?
Yeah.
It's the Reagan
This is an
show.
old one, though. This is from 97.
Well, I'll watch the dramatization.
Prophet's Prey.
I thought Prophet's Prey moved a little bit slow.
It was about Warren Jeffs?
Yeah. I thought that moved a little slow for me. I thought it was going to be good, and then I didn't love it. That was, the guy who had all the wives and was, And then Manson. I don't know. Was Manson a cult? I thought he was just a group of kids having fun.
He was just a guy with some ideas.
Yeah.
He was a songwriter.
He was.
right.
He was a musician at the end of the day. That's his legacy.
Struggling musician.
Struggling musician.
I'm not a fan of this list whatsoever.
No.
I don't think they really, because I don't think the sort of the framework was built out well.
Okay.
They kind of just Holy Hell is very good, and Bhagwan is amazing, and Love Has Won is amazing. Yeah, and that Heaven's Gate one was pretty good. I didn't watch The Way Down yet.
The Way Down.
Yeah, The Way Down's on Max as well. I do love a cult documentary.
God, Greed, and the Cult.
Well, you know what yours would be called?
What?
Sam Roberts Cult, not the Sam
That's exactly
Roberts
right.
Cult. That
That's
doesn't make any
exactly right.
sense.
I wouldn't watch it.
That's exactly right.
I'd be like, that's a dumb title. I'm not
Yeah,
watching that.
Well, because it's above your guys' heads, because you guys are kind of boomers. You know what I mean? You're done taking stuff in. You like, if it's not, tried and true, I'm used to this. It scares you guys. You don't understand it.
I do like things that I'm familiar with.
I'm a Zennial. So, like, I kind of move in that direction, Zennials are the best. And that's where I'm at. So
that's that.
That's that. Yeah, you guys don't get it. And that's okay. You'll watch your old stuff. Reruns of something.
I love old stuff.
That's what I figured. I figured you go like, I don't get this. Why is there no the? I'm scared. I'm going to go watch NYPD Blue. And that's okay. I'm sensitive to that. I'm very sensitive to that. However, I do wish, if the journalists are going to do journalism, let's drop the okay, and throw an apostrophe on there. It is possessive. I would make T-shirts with just a possessive apostrophe on it, just to really this is what we're getting behind. The apostrophe is it.
No.
Sorry, you can then get off the train. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I'm going to stay on the train.
The apostrophe is the mascot.
That's right. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get an apostrophe suit, and just have some guy dressed up. Matter of fact, Troy, we might have you do it if that's okay with you.
Dress up as an apostrophe?
Yeah. You'd do that, right?
Yeah.
I think you'd be a great apostrophe.
People be like, what the
so,
hell
too.
is that?
No, they wouldn't. They go, what is that, a possessive apostrophe? That's great. I love that. And because Troy would do all kinds of like shenanigans and hijinks.
You would?
I'd stand on the side of the road with like a sign or something.
Right. And you'd be like flipping
Dancing,
it around. Yeah. Imagine like a series of billboards that just says it's possessive the whole time. You'd be enthralled,
Well,
right?
that's, okay, that's,
Good.
yeah.
And then there's no the.
Yeah, when
like,
you have
just
some
things
mystery.
like that.
Right. Yeah, see, you guys are too small-minded. But you're boomers. It happens.
Yeah, we're done thinking.
yeah.
Right?
Like the foundation is there.
Yeah, we
It's there.
figured it out.
We're all finished.
Me, Troy, and hot dog.
I would put hot dog in the same category, yes. That's exactly right. Hot dog's been texting in.
What's he saying?
Oh, it doesn't make any sense. Put a the. He's old school. He's legacy media.
I mean, he goes to one class and he thinks he knows everything.
You think he's that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Do you think hot dog suffers from the Dunning-Kruger effect?
Yeah. He's an instant expert a lot.
I was watching Terrence Howard on Pat Bet David. He's furious that they called him a Dunning-Kruger effect.
Oh, why?
Well, because it's like a nice way, because the internet's figured out what Dunning-Kruger is. The Dunning-Kruger effect is it's been studied. It's when you know enough about something to sound like you're speaking intelligently about it, but you don't know enough about it to know that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like you know enough about it to think that you're right, but you don't know enough about it to think that you're wrong. And that's what Neil deGrasse Tyson said about Terrence Howard. Except he said it in a very Neil deGrasse Tyson way where he's like, look, I'm just being a teacher here. This is called, what Terrence Howard has is called the Dunning-Kruger effect.
And you're saying it in a nice way.
And
I mean,
but
Google says it's individuals with low competence in a specific area overestimate their abilities.
Yeah, and see, I saw that Terrence Howard was on Pat Bet David, and Pat Bet David, when Terrence Howard says, like, they call me the Dunning-Kruger effect or whatever he said.
They don't call you.
They call me the Dunning-Kruger effect. Pat Bet David had them look it up, and he read that Google definition on the air. Mm-hmm. And it was like, nobody wants to sit there and have somebody read that somebody called them low competence, So it was tough. It was tough. But he's pretty pissed about the way the whole thing, but Terrence Howard about the way the whole thing went down, because he's still on the one, he's like, I've taken a lot of time to think about it, and 1 times 1 definitely equals 2. He's like, I know, like, it's been made very public because his appearances on Joe Rogan went so big. And he said, as long as I've been thinking about it, okay, yeah, no, I'm still sticking to my guns on this one. 1 times 1 equals 2. And then they were going back and forth. Like, Pat Bet David was like, okay, well, what's 1.1 times 1.1? He's like, I don't know, do it on a calculator, whatever. Like, I don't know, what is this, a math
What
quiz?
am I doing your homework for you?
I didn't realize I was getting tested here. David in Ohio, what's up, David?
I just wanted to ask, you were throwing out names for your cult, and I'm just sitting here wondering what happened to the Not Samsonites.
No, the Not Samsonites get scooped in by the Not Samsonites come together under the altar of the possessive apostrophe. So it's all one thing.
So should we continue to put Not Sam before our social media handles, or is that not a thing anymore?
100%. Everybody should have Not Sam in front of everything they do. 100%, right. David. Thank you. Why? Did you do that? Did you do that?
I will.
Okay, do it, please. Yeah.
Right.
You can.
Yep.
Everybody can feel free to plug their social media when they call in if it says Not Sam before it. That's just we're just having fun. You know what I mean? We're just having fun. It's not a cult.
I like that idea.
We're just having a good time. Were you able to find it?
Yeah.
Oh, you were. Mm-hmm. Look, this guy's good.
Thank you, buddy.
This guy's good. Yeah.
Nobody refuse.
This is Terrence Howard. He's on Pat Bet David and talking about, because remember, Terrence Howard was on Joe Rogan, and he goes 1 times 1 is 2, And Joe Rogan goes, yeah, maybe. Joe Rogan's good at that. I love it when he does that. Okay, I see what you're saying. He doesn't say you're right. He goes, I see what you're saying. And I like that he opens the platform for that. And then Joe Rogan got Eric Weinstein on. And Eric Weinstein was like, it doesn't equal 2. No, it doesn't. And Terrence Howard was like, respectfully, I think it does. And Eric Weinstein was like, I wish you would stop saying this. It does not. Terrence Howard said, I think you might be off on this one. And then he said Neil deGrasse Tyson tried to like he said I could send him my thoughts, and I sent him my thoughts, and he insulted me. He said I was wrong. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson put out a whole video. It's just, I mean, science beef is my favorite beef. Neil deGrasse Tyson put out a video where he goes, yeah, no, I redlined his thing. He sent me his report, whatever they call it in science. He sent it to me, and I redlined it. This is what you do for your peers. He goes, I don't have time to be redlining stuff, but I redlined it for him. And he got upset because I said this is not... Basically, Neil deGrasse Tyson said that the renders that you made, like the models, are very beautiful to look at.
They're very pretty.
But that's as much as I can say about all your research that you've done. And this is, this is what, after Hustle and Flow, this is what Terrence Howard devoted his life to.
What about Empire?
He did that on the side.
Oh, okay.
Empire paid the bills so that he could do his 1 × 1 = 2 stuff. And then after all that, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, very nicely, was like, it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, that's all. He has no idea what he's talking about. And Terrence Howard, he took issue with it. So Pat David had him on because Pat David realized, look, people love when this guy Terrence Howard goes on podcasts and says 1 × 1 = 2. Let's have Terrence Howard on. And by the way, that's a great philosophy. I would love to have Terrence Howard on this show. And if he told me 1 × 1 = 2, I'd go, you know what I'd say? Really? Oh,
interesting.
I had no idea. My dad would be texting the whole time, well, he's not right. What's he talking about? I go, I didn't even think of it that way. I guess you're right, Terrence.
By the way, your dad, marketing genius.
Yeah.
I bet he agrees with us. It should be the Sam Roberts show.
That's a good point. I'd love to know what Mr. Roberts thinks of this situation.
He loves the First of all, what he thinks of the situation, he's a Jersey Shore fan like the rest of us. Loves his abs, loves everything. But in terms of what we're talking about, he thinks the possessive is great.
How do you know?
Because he wouldn't let me walk around. I mean, he's a grammar guy.
Yeah, but he would let you make your own mistakes.
Of course he would.
Yeah, you got to
you're
walk on
saying-
your own 2 feet.
I
wonder what if
he is that type of parent. He is like, I like your idea. Okay, let's see how this pans out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
love
he
to
would-
know. Would he prefer it be the Sam Roberts show or the way you have it?
Which is what? Say it.
Sam Roberts show.
Say it.
Sam Roberts is.
No, that's not how you say it. You say Sam Roberts show.
Sam Roberts is. That's what I said.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't do. There's no S after the apostrophe.
See, that's why it's confusing. It's just easier.
It's not confusing. It's Sam Roberts. That's my name.
Sam sounds,
And they say show.
Sam Roberts.
Sam Roberts' show.
That's not the name of the show. You guys are honestly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save you guys.
Okay.
You guys sound like total idiots.
No.
You especially. And
I
I'm
think you
sorry.
sound good.
I don't want that.
Strong.
Because you are ultimately an amalgamation of who you surround yourself with. And so it does reflect poorly on me.
Yeah. Me and hot dog. What does that say about you?
Oof.
Yeesh.
Yes. Oh, boy.
Hot dog.
You know what it says? You know what it says about me? I might be a little Dunning-Kruger myself. So Terrence Howard got real pissed, and he let Pat David know.
Anyone to do a peer review. I've sent it off to publishers. Publishers refused to review it because Eric Weinstein, Brian Keaton, people came out, said the Dunning-Kruger effect. The amount of pain and suppression that's come my way because all I've tried to do is provide the proof out there.
Could you
Nobody
pause for
wants.
a sec? Can you imagine? Publishers are going like, oh, yeah, you're Dunning-Kruger,
Oh,
right?
you're not Dunning-Kruger.
No! No!
No, I'm just trying to show
Those
you the
are
proof.
two people. Dunning and Kruger are two people that did a separate experiment that had nothing to do with me, that created an effect that I've been coupled. I am not Dunning-Kruger. I do not have Dunning-Kruger. I do not know Dunning-Kruger. I'm telling you, I've totally refigured out math. And by the way, he also said that he's figured out a way to create infinite energy. And he said nobody will listen to him because they keep saying he's Dunning-Kruger.
That's got to be so frustrating.
It's got to be so frustrating.
Hey, I got all the answers.
I have all the answers, and they're like, hard out here for a pimp, right? And he's like, no! No! I figured out math. They're like, okay. Okay, Dunning. No! Stop saying that. I'd be frustrated too. You know what? This is exactly, he knows how I feel.
I don't think he has any idea how you feel.
Nope, because he to math is me to possessive apostrophes. That we're just sitting here trying to revolutionize everything. And all people are doing is calling us Dunning-Kruger. And it affects us and it gives us pain. I'm with you, Terrence Howard. Me and you.
What's that?
Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias where people probably just completely disappeared on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. People with low competence specific area tend to overestimate their abilities, while highly competent individuals may underestimate their skills. This occurs when a lack of metacognition prevents those with low competence. So they're saying you're low competent in this topic. That's what they're saying.
In this topic. This is what Neil deGrasse
Thank
came
you,
out.
Pat. Thank you very much, Pat.
They're saying you are low. He didn't even say, like, so which one are they saying?
No, they're saying you're a low competence person in this area. Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Which, I mean, I always love the art of insulting someone to their face without it seeming like you're doing the insulting.
Oh, yeah.
It's
a skill.
That's your shit.
I love it so much, and it's something that I try to get better at every day. Right, Troy?
You're the man.
See? Sometimes it's just a tonality thing. Okay.
So they're
back
saying you're low competent in this topic. That's what they're saying.
In this topic. This is what Neil deGrasse came out and said. And so now he owes me an apology. Why? Because with those same things that he said had no value, now we've already put them into a white paper, and we've been able to solve the 7 millennial problems and the 3 body problems with the same equations or substances that he said.
Did you know that, Travis, by the way? Because you love that show, 3 Body Problem.
3 Body Problem. That was pretty good.
You love that show.
Yeah.
You know he solved it?
I don't even have to watch the next season.
No, it's done.
I'm just going to look at his paper.
Like, everybody's sitting there going, like, how do we solve this problem? Let's do a whole show about it. And Terrence Howard's like, well, here's the answer. Yeah. And by the way, I actually have very high competence, regardless of what you may have heard from these assholes.
Created the Dunning-Kruger effect.
So everything you sent me, everything of the white papers you sent
all
us,
those papers.
all of them, every one of these I have, right? Every one of these was sent to Dr.
Yu.
Dr. Yu has it. He's looked at them. So he'll come out here in a minute to give his perspective on this, and he's from NASA. But before we go there, there is a part of me that believes, there are inventions that the government didn't want to bring out because, God forbid, if they did, it would decimate multi-trillion dollar.
I like the idea that he's being suppressed because...
So this NASA guy came out, and what did he say?
Well, I didn't see the NASA guy part. I saw another part of the interview where they put it into AI. Oh. They put it into ChatGPT and said, could you rank this paper? And ChatGPT said it was littered with inaccuracies. Oh. Which seems...
That's a bummer for Terrence.
Well, it seems fucked, and also makes me wonder, who's controlling AI?
Yeah.
Great question.
What type of information? What if AI is actually an information suppression tool?
You think Big Math is controlling it?
It's very possible. It's the same people who did that commercial about fire safety. Big Math. You know what I mean? They would run commercials for like, hey, do your math homework.
Yep.
Whose math?
Whose math?
Whose math? Yeah. So no, I mean it didn't. Unfortunately, this was not the one that I think is going to turn everyone around on Terrence Howard's math.
Stepping stones.
But I think it is baby steps.
What about Bob?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Baby step to the 1 times 1.
I think, which is
2.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm getting there.
Because I always thought 1 time is 1.
No, it's 2.
It's 2. It's 2. So, I don't know. Maybe if Terrence Howard comes in here, we could probably try to help him out with that.
You would take him?
100%. 100%. And I would tell him, we're not doing that Dunning-Kruger stuff.
Yeah, but then we would get press, and everybody would say Terrence Howard was on the Sam Roberts show.
I would hope not.
We would have the same conversation.
Oh, we'd be in this loop where everything is in a loop.
That's the 3 body problem. Just can't break free from it. I would hope not. Trust me.
Would you ask him about the man card he was talking about?
What was the man card again?
Well, he's saying that any male that went to a Diddy party offered up their butts to Diddy, and it their man card is now gone.
Okay, well, I'd like to see that part too. This is another. He discussed when he wasn't discussing redefining math. He was talking about Diddy, which I didn't know you could do both. Like a lot of times, people who know math really good, they don't know more of the entertainment side of things.
You can be multifaceted.
Yeah.
And Terrence Howard is.
I could talk about math. I could talk about giving up your butt to Diddy.
Right.
Whatever you want.
And listen, did he act and sing in Hustle and Flow? Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
So, take that.
But when you
put
give
that in
up
your
your
pipe
man-
and smoke it, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse. I like when people call him Neil deGrasse.
I know, that should be his new name.
I know, because it feels disrespectful.
It is. But it's
Right.
funny. And Neil sucks, so it's kind
You
of
think so?
I think so.
You don't like that he said
I'm on
Dunning-Kruger?
Terrence's
You
side.
are?
Yeah.
He would love it in here, because he'd say stuff like that, and you just hear Troy mumbling in the background, yeah, fuck that guy. Terrence Howard would be like, yes, that's what I've been saying.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. This is Terrence Howard on the Pat David Show talking about Diddy.
Yeah.
But when you give up your manhood,
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that
like
did
that he
all
calls them
those
puffy.
things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any
I've heard that.
foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things
I love Pat David. Whoa, you said something there. Pat David. It's the best.
I don't even know where to start.
You're right. That's what they always say. Once you go fluid, you can't go back, Whew, yeah.
He gets
I mean-
Oh, sorry.
You got it.
Pat David gets that.
He gets that because he maintains his man card.
You would never catch Pat David going fluid.
You can't go fluid.
No, not in a suit like that.
No.
He fills it out.
Look how broad those shoulders are.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
He's a man's man.
That's
Imagine
right.
him and Shannon Sharp just shopping for suits.
Oh man, I mean the amount of fabric. They'd have to go to like a curtain store or something.
Michaels.
Yeah, they would. They get wrapped in it. I don't understand. We're not used to making jackets this wide. Well, we have our man cards.
you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
Why you
They
bring it?
can't
Why
get it out of
is
their head.
PBD?
Wow.
Because Bieber's struggling. You
Bieber's
see
a
the
mess right now.
videos?
Yeah, you see all those videos right now? He's
can't-
flying off the rails.
But how could? But he said give up your man card. How can you give up? How can you even fathom giving up your man card if you're not you're a child?
Well, you can't evolve into a man if you don't have the card to begin with.
Oh, I see. So they're like
No entry. Where's your card?
he didn't even get the card.
Can't even come into the man club.
Poor Biebs. Biebs is a mess, bro.
He is struggling.
You said no entry. It reminded me.
Yeah.
So I was watching this Dark Side of the Ring. Do you remember there was like a?
Oh, God damn it.
No, you'll love
Let's
it.
come back to wrestling.
Always.
You'll like it. You'll like it.
Men in bikinis.
Okay, tell me. Okay, all right. Tell me if you like this or not. Okay. All right, give it a chance. I'll bet. I'll put money down. I'll pep at David that you like it.
Okay.
That reminds me of a man in a bikini.
Wait till you hear this. There was this wrestler, right? His name was Ludwig Borga. Do you remember
I
him?
remember Ludwig
Okay.
Borga. Sure.
The Hellraiser from Helsinki. He was Finnish. He was from Finland.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about him, and they discovered after they signed him that he had an SS tattoo on his like calf. They had to cover it up.
That's not good.
What I never even realized, I don't think as a kid, that they told on this documentary, is that he had a tattoo right above his ass that said "exit only."
That's funny.
Okay. See,
You're right. No, you're right.
Aren't you glad
You said I was
finished?
going to think it was funny.
Yeah.
And I do.
Yep. It said "exit only," and then this documentary.
You think he was like propositioned enough where he had to be like,
Well, that's
I
a-
got to put something down.
On this documentary, Jim Cornette went into this rant about how many times are you getting propositioned to get fucked in the asshole if you need to have a tattoo that says "exit only" above your asshole.
Poor Ludwig Borga.
It was great. Well, God rest his soul. He's no longer with us.
Right. But geez. All right, that was
But,
worth it.
so what I'm saying is, he knew the importance of maintaining your man card so much that he tattooed "exit only."
And that's just like a funny thing to do. I mean, there might have never been anybody that actually tried to enter. But it's just a funny thing to be like, hey,
I mean, he
look,
was a massive guy. I don't know who.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he has a sense of humor. He has an SS tattoo.
Yeah, first of all, he didn't laugh a lot, and second of all, he was a huge dude. I don't think it was a risk.
I will make them laugh. Like,
let's
no.
just make it a statement. Like,
I only poop out of here.
Yeah, only poo.
This is where I poop and nothing else. Like,
if you're thinking about something else,
don't.
Just so
Right.
you know.
but it would make me go like, bro, we weren't asking. Like, what do you?
Where'd that
I'm
come
just
from?
saying I don't do anything else. Okay, dude.
All right. I wasn't interested, but okay.
All right.
Actually making me question
Yeah,
whether
the
you
wheels
do.
are turning now.
No, there's a tattoo here. It's permanent.
Seems a little too obvious.
No, it says exit only.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we're all on the same page then.
Was it like a tramp stamp?
Yeah, it was like exit above one cheek, only above the other cheek. It was like right above where the cheek
So when
started.
he had his like wrestling bikini on,
Well,
could
no,
clearly
because I
see it.
told you the bikinis. A bikini is cut so short. You know, it's a trunk they wear. It's a trunk. But he also wore more of like a singlet style thing that covered his lower back. And in hindsight, that's probably because they were like, "Fuck, we need to cover this exit only tattoo."
Is this really it, or is this like the dramatization?
Well, the I don't know. The dramatization, I think, is the one that looks like more of a blue light. I think that might really be it. The picture that we're looking at.
Oh yeah, this looks real.
I think that's a real picture. Yeah, it says exit above one cheek, only above the other.
You're like, yeah, dude. I
right.
wasn't wondering.
Yeah, we got it.
What?
Yeah.
Or like if you were and you were about to get intimate with him, and then he took off his pants, and you're like, ah, fuck.
What am I supposed to do?
I was just about to.
I
I
was about to
didn't.
enter.
I didn't realize this is exit only. I don't know where to go in now.
This got me all fucked up.
Oh my god. He's like, you must use the mouse. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Mouse only for Ludwig.
All right.
Whatever you say, buddy.
All right. God rest his soul.
Was that his SS?
That's his SS tattoo. Yeah.
That's. I mean, that's a big one.
I mean, it's right. Yeah. There's no. It's not like, oh, I didn't know what it meant.
I thought it was like a little like SS.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like the kiss, but they only did half of it.
Right. No, that's like.
I'll come back for the rest. Yeah.
No, that's like a full on
That's-
Kanye
yeah.
tattoo.
Eagle wings.
Yeah. With the whole thing.
yeah.
The whole thing. Oh, no getting around that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This just, yeah.
So yeah, that relates to what Terrence is saying. People know.
Their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it.
Is he saying that the
So-
scientists are giving up their bodies?
Yeah. No, he's saying like.
Because he said Nobel.
Yeah, like he's gonna get them all because of his work.
But he's saying he wouldn't give up his body to. Right, he's getting them all for his work, but what that implies is that others have gotten Nobel Prizes because they give up their body.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Some of them are,
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me for a second.
Well, I've heard that about Hollywood. I've never heard that about a Nobel Prize.
Sam, come on.
Am I being naive?
Yeah, open your eyes, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
People are giving up their butts all the time.
Yeah.
For nothing? For Nobel? For whatever?
everything.
You ever see a scientist with an exit only tattoo? No.
No. No, I have
That
never
means
seen
there's
it.
entrance allowed.
Oh, wow. By the way, I got to get to a tattoo parlor after this.
Yes, you do. Quick.
Don't do it.
Oh, thank you. You know, guy?
The problem is he doesn't flush his shit. But
Well, whatever. At least we know it's. I mean, exiting is fine. Wow. Okay. No, I didn't realize. Well, then I think then I'm pro participation trophy because if everybody gets one, it's not like everybody has to give it up then. So I think that's better then. Unless I don't know.
Just from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place. What benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal, and what we were brought in here as men.
Right.
We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary.
Nice.
You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Hey, did you ever have the?
He's like, where do I go now?
Did he say sperm?
Did he say sperm?
This
I mean, wouldn't you produce that much sperm to reproduce? Like, what are you talking about aggression? Are sperm make you aggressive?
Yeah.
is your testosterone.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
The opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music, and he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's my assistant.
That's a good assistant. Yeah. That's a really good assistant.
Yeah. Like giving you the heads up.
I also like
Terrence, I have to warn you.
I also like that Terrence would say no, and Puffy's like, why? I want to talk business now. My assistant. Your assistant said what?
Said you're trying to fuck me.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if, Troy, if you were like, hey, Hot Dog, could you have Sam come over? Like, I've got some production I want to play for him. And Hot Dog is like, Sam, Troy wants you to go over there.
Really? What does he want?
I'm going to just tell you, I think he wants to fuck you. And you'd be sitting there going like, why won't Sam come over and listen to this production? Hot Dog would be like, I don't know. And then he'd be looking at me going, Sam, do not do it. Don't do it. You know what he wants to do. I mean, I feel like there could be miscommunication happening.
Or he's just shooting him straight.
Or the assistant is very perceptive. I just know that I feel like not all, like if I feel like Hot Dog.
He's just fucking around. Yeah, he probably wants to fuck you.
Right, it was probably a goof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does probably, I don't know, maybe he wants to fuck you.
Yeah.
What? No,
Well, imagine if I'm like, Sam, come over. I want to talk wrestling. I need to understand wrestling. And then we get over, and then I just sit there and look at you. And you're like, okay, what do you want to know about wrestling? I'm like looking at you.
That's a good point.
I think that was weird.
And then you're like,
That's
leave.
what happened here.
No,
And then I'm like, oh, Sam, come back over. I want to talk radio with you. I want you to kind of pick your brain a little bit about radio and being a broadcaster. And then you come over, and then you're like, okay, what do you want to talk about? And I just sit there looking at you.
I'm like, the guy's got a double platinum record. I got to come over.
And then you talk to Jim McClure, and he's like, Sam, I think Troy's trying to fuck you.
Honestly, I take McClure's word on that
I
one.
know.
Sam, you better watch out.
Trust me. All right, I don't even want to ask how you found out. Yeah, no, okay, I get it. All right, okay, now I get it.
He wants to hang out with you next week, and I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh. Okay.
David is looking at
now
him
I
like,
get it.
Really?
So now no more communication. Oh. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. Oh. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit. Because the man card means everything.
I mean, he's talking about like in like movies and stuff?
Everything.
I mean, he the line is drawn in the sand.
Okay, all right.
Apparently, all of Hollywood's trying to have sex with him.
I mean, he's an attractive dude.
I guess.
He's a good-looking guy. You can't say that. You can't say I'm lying about that.
So you could see why, if just allegedly Diddy did want to fuck him, you'd understand why.
I get it.
Real men wear oversized cardigans?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you're such a man that it's like you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks very cozy.
He looks super cozy.
Got that hood up.
Hood with the hat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is a cool look.
He's relaxed.
And then, you know what? That does make a lot of sense what he's saying. Because every time they go like, why do you have Travis on your staff? I go, he's a good guy. I always refer to him as a guy.
Oh, yeah. I get that.
I never said man, though.
You never say like, oh, he's my man.
No. I go, that's my guy. Oh, and I've said that about Hot Dog, too. That's my guy.
You also call him your little mans.
I don't think he's talking about little man's, though.
Oh, okay, that's totally different.
That's my little man's.
That's your short king.
Short king. Hot dog is my short king.
Yeah,
That's right.
I see. And as he's saying, guys and men are different.
That's right.
I don't take offense.
No, I'm not either. I like hearing what he has to say.
Mm-hmm. No, it's good. I like different perspectives, and he's got a good one. Yeah, I was trying to at the top of the show talk about how we all got our money back. That Trump paused all the tariffs, except for one, which feels very much like that scene in Airheads where he goes, "Everybody gets a seat except you." So Trump paused all the tariffs except for China.
Yeah. Because
China fought back too much. So now China's got a higher tariff. I believe China's up to 124% tariff.
Fuck around and find out.
That's right. It's a simple chart, and they continue to fuck around. So now they're finding out. Dow futures dropped 600 points, with stocks set to give back some of historic turnaround. Oh, so they're saying there'll be a correction.
Yeah.
Right. So it went way down. Now it's gone way back up. And then at some point there will be kind of a correction where people just get back to where they were like last week before this nonsense. I mean, I think it is exactly... Jesus Christ, what is the White House doing? Did you see yesterday there was a tweet that said, "Let them cook"?
Yeah.
Oh.
The White House tweeted out a thing yesterday, and it's a picture of the Donald Trump portrait, which is very menacing. It's a very scary portrait to me, but he looks serious in it.
Oh, he's not fucking around.
And it says, "Let him cook." I mean, I like that they found like the right wing youngsters the same way like they had all the left wing youngsters doing like Kamala's campaign and everything. The right wing youngsters are now running the White House Twitter account because they're saying, "Let him cook." And then what was the one you just pulled up?
If you do not retaliate.
There it is. Do not retaliate and you will be rewarded.
That's why people quote tweeting this with Bane.
Sure. That's exactly what Bane's strategy was. "I give it back to you, the people." Like, are we just going to pretend you didn't blow up that football stadium?
Yeah.
I had to get your attention.
Same thing, except replace football stadium with stock market.
Do not retaliate and you will be rewarded feels like what the pirate said right when he got Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
I'm the captain now. I also love that the White House, I saw a clip that I think it's exactly what we were talking about yesterday, that they blamed the media for hyping this up because they're like, "Didn't you read The Art of the Deal?"
Yeah, that was you guys.
Like they're saying without saying. The terrorists were, it was never really a thing. We're just like doing crazy shit right now so that we can drop back down to the right negotiating point. Like you have to convince them that you're crazy so that they come in on your side and then we'll be good to go.
It's funny how people don't realize it, though.
Well, because it's I think a couple of things. Number one, I think that most human beings don't come from that world of business negotiation. Most human beings...
You think this is a negotiation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I think most human beings have not read The Art of the Deal, unfortunately. It's the second best book ever.
What's the first?
Bible.
What's your favorite part?
I like all of it, and I prefer not to say anything else about it.
It's personal.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. No further questions.
Both testaments.
Yeah.
Both great.
All verses.
It's
a personal thing.
No further questions. Very, very personal. I don't like to get into personal stuff. Next question. Great book, though. I think most people don't come from that world. They haven't made business deals. They haven't been a part of people making business deals. They haven't negotiated contracts with people for themselves. Like, they just go to work. You know what I mean? So they don't realize that people do wacky shit in the middle of these negotiations to kind of get to a place where it's a bit more standard, except they're in an advantageous position. And also, it's not like it's the company, it's the whole country. Like when a company is negotiating and doing weird stuff, All the employees gossip about it. They go, what the fuck is this boss doing? I don't understand the decisions this company's making. And most of the time, the people that have like kind of the, you know, sort of lower tier jobs, all due respect, don't really know what's going on in the boardroom. They just see like today they're reading, oh, now the company's going to do this, not realizing they're just inside a negotiation. And they're like, what the fuck are they doing? So imagine taking that energy, but applying it to the entire country. You know, I mean, I think that people are just a little bit more used to the country being led with, like, don't worry, the president's job is ultimately every day to convince you that everything's fine and you're going to be fine. And that's the way the country's been run since 1776, from the very beginning.
You're saying this was the plan all along?
I'm saying that that's how the country has been run, with the president's main job, as far as we're concerned, looking at us and going, don't worry, everything's fine. So the idea that someone's coming in here and doing stuff where it looks like things won't be fine, but the reason he's doing it is to get to a place where eventually things will be better, is not cool for a lot of people, because they want to know everything's fine today.
But he specifically told us to be cool.
Well, I know, but it's like you can't just what he wants is like, because I'm your father and I say so. That's the energy that he wants, right? Look, I'm the president. You just got to trust my process. But that's never been the way anybody's ever been. So most people are like, I don't want to just trust your process. We live in a democracy. You have to at least give the appearance that you're being transparent.
All right.
And if we are to believe what you're doing crazy shit. And he can't flat out say, no. I'm just doing crazy shit so other countries think I'm crazy because I think that they will buckle before I will. Like, he can't say that out loud.
Right. But we had 4 years of him. So he just says the crazy shit. And I can't believe how people constantly just still freak out about shit. And it's like, then it works out. Like, it's, you know, and then you forget, like, oh, I just freaked out about this thing, and now I'm moving on to the next thing to freak out about.
But you can't fuck with, I mean, he knows better than anybody. You can't fuck with people's money. Like, you can't do it. Like, people are going to freak out. You can't fuck with people's money. That's it.
Well, the point of fucking with people's money is to, down the road, fix the middle class, correct?
Of course. Okay,
so...
But that's not, but people are like, they're not worried about down the road right now. They're looking at their 401k today and going, oh my God, we're fucked forever. Because they see the number in front of them.
But unless you're planning on retiring imminently.
That's the, like,
dip in the 401k is like,
not a big,
yeah, let's buy this shit.
That's what he said. Trust me when I tell you, it's a good time to buy. That's a very logical and pragmatic way to look at it. And Mike, you're a logical, pragmatic person. Most people are very emotional. Most people are living check to check. Most people are like, today, if they go, I don't have a guarantee that I can take care of my family today. They don't have that thing where it's like, nope, I'm just going to have faith in the system. And faith in the system has been so broken anyway that you can't bring in someone new and go, okay, now you can have faith in the system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's tough.
But it's like nobody's presenting any other ideas to keep things exactly the way they are for the stock market and everybody's 401k and everything's fine, but still fix the middle class. Nobody's presented any ideas that'll do that.
I think that there are a lot of people that are more comfortable just knowing there are things wrong. But if you could just keep everything exactly the same,
you're right.
Today, I'll be fine. Just keep it the same.
But then look at a graph and look at the way things are going
to
go.
I'm not looking. No, I don't want to.
It's like, it's literally like you have blinders on. It's like, what's in front of me at this exact moment?
But then they go look at the graph and they go, yesterday, everything crashed. And you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, you know that's how people are.
No, I know.
And it's your job as the president to figure out a way to do things where you're understanding that you're dealing with human nature. You have to. It's just part of it. You know?
But his analogy was like, you know, if you have something wrong with you, you have surgery, it hurts, it's painful, there's a recovery period, but then in the end, you're better than you were.
But then we have to have faith and just trust that he's right.
Well, then why stop?
Why stop what?
Why did he stop?
The tariffs?
Yeah.
I don't think they were ever meant to be for real.
He was just calling people's bluff.
Yeah.
Well, what did we get accomplished?
better deals.
Well, I
A tanking stock market for every rich person to buy.
that's the other thing. Now they're looking into, okay, who benefited from this? Like that. Like I was listening to the news this morning. There are now people looking into going like, did you tank everything on purpose so you could buy a bunch of stock?
I mean, is that a crazy thing to think?
No, of course it's not a crazy thing to think. And thinking that way,
after he says, hey, this is a great time to buy, and then like a few hours later,
okay, we're good to go. No, of course that's not a crazy way to think. And if it wasn't Trump, I mean, it's not a crazy way to think. And it was being pointed out about Pelosi.
Of course.
Like before. Like the idea that like this might not be that different is not crazy at all.
Wait, are you saying there's hypocrisy?
I don't want.
Sam would never say something that crazy.
Do not put words in my mouth, dude. No. I would not.
Sam,
come
you're not
on.
saying both sides are corrupt, are you?
There's no way I would come on
All right, good.
a platform like this and make a statement that controversial. I could never. I could never.
I got worried for a minute.
All I know is they tank the stock market for a day. They decide to unextinct a species of wolf. And then they bring the stock market back. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Wild times.
Why do we need to unextinct any species? I don't know.
That just sounds like a bad idea.
The whole thing, everything sounds like a bad idea these days. It all sounds bad. You know? I mean, I think there is merit, obviously, in negotiation, but the idea that it's like, this feels very much like one of those negotiations that it'll either work like gangbusters or has the potential to destroy everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way some people like to roll the dice. And they're very confident in themselves. But you can't run on a campaign of going, you can't trust these elected officials, I'm going to drain the swamp. And then go, now that we're the elected officials, good news. You can trust elected officials. Anyway, here's the Epstein documents. I'm blacking everything out. Just doesn't make any sense. Big John in Connecticut.
Sammy Trump, let's roll those dice, baby. I was going to jump off a cliff, but now I'm going to stay on Earth.
I mean,
and, under solid ground. You're doing it. That's a great. What a pep talk, baby.
Okay.
I'm back.
Look,
I'm back. I'm feeling good.
Good, John. Feel good. I want you to feel good. I want people to feel good. And we will. We'll feel great. We'll feel better than we've ever felt before.
So does this supreme leader until the carpet gets pulled out from under our feet.
Right.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's looking good, baby. The sky is blue. The sky is blue.
Sky is blue. That's it.
Sam.
Yeah.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Danielle is a lot like the young kid who used to giggle. Who
Coop?
was
You talking about
Coop? I mean, Coop. Yeah. She'll giggle, just unexpectally.
I will tell you.
And she has a lot.
Go ahead.
She's good. She's really good.
Thank you, Big John.
Right up there with Coop and what was the other?
Soraya. Yeah. Thank you,
And
John.
the
All right. It's enough. It's enough.
Also,
it's enough.
I also want to talk about something else.
I mean, Coop was an MVP intern, and I will say the same way like a Coop pop made you feel good because he would only laugh at like certain stuff.
Yeah.
Danielle pops make you feel good when you hear that little. And there have been many times where like I'll be met with silence, but then I'll just hear. And I'll go there. That. Yeah.
There's a vast intellectual chasm between the two.
Coop and Danielle.
You're not going to say who's on
Coop,
each
though.
side. I mean,
I think you might be right about that. Like,
We love Coop.
Coop is very lovable.
He's very
Beloved.
lovable. He might be a little Dunning-Kruger, if you know what I mean.
listen, there's simple guys out there.
Yeah.
You know?
I think an intellectual chasm is the best way to put it.
Who's to say who's on which side?
I'm not, and we won't say, I would say Danielle would take a little less explanation for tasks. Probably.
It's pretty obvious.
I think so. That's why you don't have to say it.
No.
I'm sad we're in the home stretch with Danielle.
I know. I know. You guys are going to have to pick up the slack when she's gone.
It's big shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill.
See if I can find a Biden mask.
I didn't like that one. Yeah, they're bringing back the dire wolf, they said. The dire wolf is back. We got our dire wolves back. Dire wolves are back and better than ever. So I didn't know that the dire wolves were a thing, but these scientists, they got there in a lab and they took other wolves, a kind of wolf that we had, and they started fucking around with genomes and whatnot.
Gray wolf.
The gray wolf. And they started messing around with their genomes. They started putting around with DNA and stuff like that. And this species that went extinct, I mean, what, over 1,000 years ago?
No.
No?
It's like 10,000 years ago.
10,000 is not over 1,000.
You said over 1,000 years ago, like
And
maybe
you,
it was
you said
1,001.
and you said no. And you said no.
Because that's
I mean,
It sounds like you're right to me, Sam.
Yeah.
technically you're
Danielle,
right.
what's bigger, 1,000 or 10,000?
Technically you're right, but that's like saying, like,
I'm
when did
asking
the Civil War
I'm
happen?
asking
Like,
Danielle.
over,
I'm asking,
like 10 years ago?
I'm asking Danielle. Danielle.
You
Danielle, what's bigger, 1,000 or 10,000?
I think 10,000.
Okay, Travis, could you write that down so that you have it in the future?
I don't think
so that
I'm
you
gonna
know,
need
so you remember it. It helps me to write things down when I want to really get something.
What was it, like 1,000 years ago?
Just remember that if you could remember that 10,000 is over 1,000.
Christ died, what, like 1,000 years ago?
Over 1,000. If you said over 1,000 years ago, I go, yeah, that's exactly right.
No, you wouldn't. You'd say, you idiot. It's way more than
Troy,
1,000.
Christ died over 1,000 years ago, yes?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
But would you correct him? And
Did
be
these-
like,
did
it's been
these-
like 2,000?
Did these dire wolves go extinct over 1,000
2025.
years ago?
Technically,
Yes, technically, yes.
Okay.
But it's like, who's even heard of a dire wolf? Like,
Right.
why would anyone know this off the top of their head?
I have no idea. I had never heard of this species before in my life.
Well, there was a TV show that was very popular a few years ago.
The dire wolves?
Vice
Game
principals?
of Thrones.
Game of Thrones? Are these the wolves from Game of
Dire
Thrones?
wolves. Yeah,
Oh.
the
I didn't watch
Starks.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, people were fucking obsessed.
They
Yeah.
loved them.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you like, people who were like real assholes who had like dogs would refer to their dogs as dire wolves on like Instagram.
Hate that.
Yeah, a very Caucasian thing to do.
Feels Caucasian. Yeah. yeah. This is my dire wolf. And it's like, no, that's a corky.
Like the same kind of guys who would wear the "I drink and I know things" T-shirts.
Right. Fun people.
All of a sudden, the show is your personality.
Sure. You got to figure out something. Well, I bet, lots of Office references that they don't fully understand why they're funny, but they know people say them.
Yeah. Same crowd.
Yeah.
Same Venn diagram.
And I mean, and I love making an Office reference, and I know that sometimes it appeals to that, but I'm on one side of the Venn diagram, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yes, they were naming their dogs the dire wolf. They're doodles. Well, they don't have to anymore because the dire wolf is back, genetically edited.
I hate this story.
Oh.
That you can genetically edit species?
No. I hate that they're saying that it's back.
Yeah, but you also
not.
You also feel like AI isn't real art, so that you're weird.
These are just gray wolf pups with some genomes that came from dire wolves.
They feel like dire wolves to me.
They're not.
It says
at all.
Oh, I think they are. Genetically edited gray wolf pups became instant media darlings and drew hefty skepticism from scientists. Oh, you're one of those trust the science guys, Travis. I forgot.
Well, sometimes.
He still wears his mask.
Yeah. Old Travis Fauci over there says these aren't dire wolves. They look like. Does that look like a dire wolf to you?
I mean, it looks adorable to me.
Right, like a dire wolf?
Yeah.
It looks like a dog.
Well, they are. That's where the dogs came from.
It's because these fucking libs want to lecture us about extinction.
Right.
But they know if we can bring things back,
Go ahead.
then it's a free-for-all.
The
Chop
libs?
down all the trees, kill
Right.
all the animals, fine.
Oh, so they're trying. Okay.
Bring 'em back.
Bring them right back.
Do whatever the fuck we want.
It's no big deal. And the
have
libs
fun.
want to cover that up.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's an
I got you.
face to the libs.
Right. Because they're like, this is an endangered species, and we can say there's no such thing.
Because at their core, what libs really enjoy is lecturing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And if they know we can just bring all this stuff back, there's nothing to lecture about.
Right, like we can kill all the elephants we want because we can just make
Yeah,
more.
we'll make more elephants.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We're man. We're the dominant
Yeah,
species.
we fucking rule.
Yeah, we figured out everything. We are God.
Yeah.
I thought you
that's-
said trust the science. We're bringing stuff back.
We're bringing stuff right back. To create the trio of pups, we got 3 dire wolves.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. To create the trio of pups, scientists at Colossal.
That's the company that did it.
That's sick. I like that a private company did it. And that they're going to own it. I like that a private company can own a species. Technically, they should be able to trademark it. edited the gray wolf genome in an attempt to imbue, I get that.
You got it.
The animals with characteristics reminiscent of the dire wolf. These edited cells were then used to create embryos, which were implanted into surrogate dog mothers with their consent. But Carl Zimmer, who is a noted dork, writes it's not a dire wolf. Oh, Carl Zimmer, who also hates fun, writes... Oh, and by the way, shockingly posted on Blue Sky.
Anyone surprised?
That's how Travis knew about it. It's a gray wolf clone with 20 dire wolf gene edits and with some dire wolf traits. Bro, if you got 20 dire wolf gene edits and some dire wolf traits, you're a fucking dire wolf, okay? Enough. Am I right?
Sam, 1,000%.
Would a chimpanzee with 20 gene edits be human? Show me the chimpanzee, because I bet it would be. If you could sneak 20 edits in there, yes. And by the way, now that you've put this out into the world, Mr. No Fun, let's see if we can make some people. No, I'm more talking to your guy, Carl Zimmer.
That's my man.
But that's your guy.
Yeah.
He's not your man, he's your guy.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Yeah, he's my guy.
His man card's gone.
He's adding that these new pups seem optimistically maybe 1/100,000th dire wolf.
It's such a clickbait headline.
It's not even clickbait. It's on the cover of Time magazine.
No, I know. It's.
They're back.
They're not.
We got dire wolves again. We can do whatever we want.
Give me like a platypus or something. Aren't those extinct?
I don't think so. I think they're just in Australia.
What am I thinking of?
Dodo birds?
Dodo birds. Give me a dodo bird.
No, I was describing you.
Oh.
Are platypi extinct? I don't know. I figured they're just stuck in Australia.
Bring back a real dinosaur or something.
A velociraptor.
Yeah.
Good news.
Damn, look at that.
Good news. We brought back velociraptors. I mean, yeah, it's one.
Platypus is still around.
I knew it.
I'm thinking a dodo bird.
Okay. See, I called it again.
Sam wins again.
Boom. Oh, 1,000 is bigger than 10,000. Remember when you said that?
That was so dumb of him.
Oh, my God.
You couldn't believe it, right?
I mean, he's running around going like this. I need to be the one in charge of naming your show. Here are the other things I know to be true. 1,000 is bigger than 10,000.
I don't think 1,000 is bigger
than 10,000. And also,
10,000.
platypus are extinct. What is he saying?
What the hell is he even saying?
I mean, talk about Dunning-Kruger, am I right?
You're right again.
Thanks.
The Sam Roberts Show is right again.
That sounds like something you would say after everything you've said today. Yeah, I don't like that. This guy is trying to shoot a hole in the whole thing. I think we have dire wolves.
You don't have to shoot a hole. You just got to read it.
I think we got dire wolves back. I saw they're not going to put it on the cover of Time magazine if we didn't bring dire wolves back. Mike, did we bring dire wolves back?
According to the internet, we did.
Okay,
I have no reason not to believe them.
Boom. There we go.
What's Reddit say?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Is Reddit excited about the dire wolves?
The problem with Reddit is that it is a cesspool of sassy lecturing libs.
That's weird.
I forgot about the cesspool.
It's just like scores of Travises.
Oh, that's got to be annoying.
So why do you like it so much?
Well, because there's an entertainment. It's like a hate watch.
Gotcha.
It's like when you go through Hot Dog's Twitter feed.
Oh, I see.
You know what, Mike? Say no more.
Say less, fam. Okay. Yeah, no, I think we did it. I love it. I love that AI is replacing artists. I love that we don't need animals to reproduce anymore.
Except chickens.
Yeah, why don't we make some chickens?
Yeah, we need more chickens. Because we need eggs.
Yeah.
I think the eggs are fine.
You just said that you bought the last eggs at Trader Sam's.
But
Trader Joe's.
Trader Sam's, baby. Let's rename it. Trader Sam's, dog.
That was before the shipment came in.
The Trader Sam.
Trader Sam's.
You think you just missed the shipment by a few minutes?
Well, the price was right, wasn't it?
Prices are back down.
So there you go. We won again.
$3.99 for a dozen.
That's pretty good.
That's a great deal.
I don't remember what it was before, but
probably about
$10.
$10. You just say things.
No, that's fair. Don't even bother Googling that. You hear how he said it?
Yep.
That sounded right
With
to
conviction.
me. Yes. It's 10. Are they still selling Lucy's?
I'll take a loop down through Chinatown.
That'd be great.
Yeah, go get a Lucy egg.
Grab a Lucy. Yeah, I mean, I hope we're doing this. I hope we're bringing back all the animals. You know, I hope we do it all. I'd like to see a brontosaurus in my lifetime.
That'd be cool. Saber-toothed cat.
Oh, can you imagine
Awesome.
where would we put the woolly mammoths? If we brought back woolly mammoths, where could we keep them?
Antarctica?
I guess, but I feel like you want to do it someplace where we could see them.
Bronx Zoo?
That would be great.
Yeah, they got to do a zoo with all extinct animals. How great would that be?
And also, I don't want like any more like now.
They've done that. It was a major motion picture.
I don't think so. And we could get like Jeep Grand Cherokees and paint them.
Troy's great idea.
We could drive around. I think he's right.
Tell me that would be fun.
Well, here's how we do it.
would.
I've got a better idea because
Okay.
Troy's right.
Go
It
ahead.
is, but it is, and you're right too. It is risky. Mm-hmm. We put them in cages that are electrified.
Okay. Oh, like the wires.
The wires are electrified,
so they can't get out.
So they won't.
And
be able
we
to get
can't
out.
get in.
Right.
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 That's a good idea.
Right. And if you throw a kid into it, they just get zapped.
How do we feed?
We'd have little like feeders, you know, like poles and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, go up high. Yeah, I don't see anything that could go wrong here.
Now, can you just drive around on these Jeep Cherokees, or are they on like a track?
They would be on a track.
Okay. So you can't like off-road.
They'd be on a track. I mean, you start to off-road. You know, we'll bring back the ones that shoot venom in Newman's face. You know,
You're getting real specific with
No,
your
no, no, no,
casting.
No, from science. I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I think Troy's got a really good idea.
They've never done anything like that before. There's 6 movies.
Troy's a simple guy.
He's never seen any of them. He had no. Did you know that was the plot to Jurassic Park?
Yeah. But it's not real life. That's movies.
Right. Well, you're saying we could do it in real life.
I'm saying
You were
in
like,
real
they
life.
should make a park with all of these animals that are extinct. And
All
we could
from
go
the
see
Jurassic
them.
era. If we could get like a park and fill it with species from the Jurassic era, I don't know, maybe you call it like Dino Island or something. I don't know. I don't know.
We got time. We can think of a good name.
That's right.
Maybe get there by helicopter. I don't
Fly a helicopter there where nothing can possibly go wrong. That's the first time anything's ever gone wrong.
possibly go wrong.
I think it's a good idea.
You tell me the kids wouldn't love that?
The kids would love it.
Yeah.
They love dinosaurs. They like looking at the bones in the Natural History Museum.
Now imagine if it's like, that's really it.
They can wave to you. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I think it wave to you.
Look at those little hands waving.
Wave at the people.
My kids would be like, oh my God, he just waved at me. I go, yeah, he did.
Yeah. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah, we got to get the fuck out of here. There's about to be a power outage like crazy.
Life finds a way.
That's right. Yeah, no, but I think the next ones that they bring back have to be specifically different. Like, the dire wolf seems a little too much like a regular wolf.
Well, it is.
It's pretty much just a wolf.
It's a gray wolf.
This one's a dire wolf. But
I mean, it needs to be like a dodo bird is like very.
They're not. Why do you want this
specific.
dodo bird to
because
come
look
back
at how
so bad?
specific it is. Like you
Who
can't
cares
like.
about a fucking Troy? Are you itching to see a dodo bird?
I don't give a shit about dodo.
Nobody
You're just looking at like a
cares.
different colored wolf, and you're like, oh my god, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
If I saw a dodo bird walking down the beach, I'd be like, look at the seagull. Nobody would know the difference.
No, you would know the difference because you'd be like, that is a dodo bird.
Why are you such a fan of the dodo bird?
Look at it.
Nobody's looking for dodo birds.
Dodo birds are great.
They suck. All birds suck.
They're in the top 3.
I've heard birds aren't even real.
That's true. That's true.
That's a true thing,
I
right?
cannot refute you on that one.
Okay.
No,
I'm thinking they need to bring back a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah, that's great.
They need to bring back a woolly mammoth.
Yes.
T-Rex.
And a dodo bird.
Sloth.
Are sloths extinct?
No, I was just, you were explaining Ice Age, so.
Oh.
The movie.
That's right. That's right. Anything we've seen in Ice Age, bring them back first. Yes. 100%. That little funny like guy with the acorn.
Scrat.
Scrat.
The squirrel.
Scrat the squirrel. Bring squirrels back.
Ray Romano.
Right. Right. Man. You know, Disney bought up that whole company that made Ice Age, and they were like, let's just shut it down and keep Ice Age.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
Who was working there?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like I don't need a cave lion because it feels like very similar to a lion.
A what?
A cave lion.
Where is that?
It's at the bottom. Like I
yeah,
certainly,
it's just a lion that lives in a cave.
I certainly don't need a gastric brooding frog because I used to do a show with one. That was a good one.
That was funny.
That was good.
Shout out to Jim. If he were here, I would have gotten a big Norton
You would've
chuckle
got
out
a
of
pop.
that one.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
And you don't need a Steller sea cow. Same reasoning.
That's right. He was great. Yeah, no, I'm thinking like
A woolly rhinoceros would be cool.
yeah, that rhinoceros horn looks a lot longer.
I mean, rhinos are badass, and like if I saw a woolly one,
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
are they hairy like a woolly mammoth?
Yeah.
They are.
Well, yeah, I think that's what makes them. Yeah.
Oh,
look at
there
that.
it is. Yeah, there's all the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick. The horn's a lot longer.
That's badass.
And it's furry. A furry rhino?
I
That'd be
like
pretty
anything.
sick.
Yeah. Anything I can like hug or hope to hug,
I'd love for you to try to hug a woolly rhino.
I would try.
It would make mincemeat out of you.
Yeah, maybe.
It'd be worth it, though.
What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, I think this is good. We should try to control everything. We should definitely
Just be God.
I like that idea. It seems good. Like if we can. Here's my thing. If we can, we should. That's it. That's it. That's the philosophy moving forward. If we can do something, we should do it. Right?
1,000%. And
Yeah.
then once they're back,
Right.
then start splicing them together.
Oh, make our own super dinosaur species.
Yeah.
Oh, and can you imagine, like, and we could start killing them. Like Mike said, we just make more anyway. Endangered species are a thing of the past. Would you eat a raptor burger?
Sure.
Like, it could be good, right?
You ever eat an ostrich burger?
I have.
How are they?
It's like, like bison's a big thing. It's okay. It's not beef.
You eat gator meat ever in Florida?
I've had gator jerky.
How is it?
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, they kind of got it right with the cows, right?
They figured it out.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're farting a lot, so you can't. We gotta
That's
stop.
tough.
We got to start eating the bugs.
That's tough. Yeah, we need to like get the scientists to breed a new breed of cows that don't fart, because then the ozone would be better.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't need congestion pricing to get the pollution down if the cows would stop farting. I think.
Yeah, you just have to eat the bugs. I think that's the point.
Oh, do the farts kill the bugs?
No, the bugs are just there regardless of the farts.
Troy's just advocating for eating bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, you eat bugs?
Right, they want us to.
Who does?
They?
Oh, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh.
Mike?
Same ones who don't want us to have fun with reincarnation.
I see. We should be able to reincarnate.
Sure.
Those who can do.
We have
right?
the science.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Those who can't, write on Reddit. They lecture, don't they?
Yeah, a bunch of fucking neckbeards.
That's right.
What do you got?
That's right. Look at all the hair on Travis's neck.
I thought it was cleanly shaved.
Nope, neck beard. Benny in Wisconsin.
Well, got to have cuddly little dinosaurs for the kids so they don't get scared from the big scary ones. So you got to bring back like Littlefoot and Squeaker from
Smart.
like Land Before Time.
Smart.
And also, cows wouldn't fart so much if if they weren't vegetarians. So somehow if we could get cows to start eating
Each other.
actual meat, they won't fart as much. Exactly.
So you think we should raise?
And then we could have Dr. Mephisto
Right.
from South Park
Right.
start splicing things like, remember when he made the monkey with 5 asses?
Yeah, but I heard from Dr. Mephisto that pig and elephant DNA just won't splice. There was a song about it, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Chef sang a damn good song about that.
Pig and elephant DNA just won't splice.
Yep.
Thank you, Benny. Yeah, I do think we need to make some kid-friendly dinosaurs. It's just for branding, just for imaging purposes, I think that should be a priority, honestly. But, what do I know? I'm just here with the ideas. We should take a break. We have a lot to do on this Thursday. We've done a lot already, but we have a lot more to do. So stay right there. We're going to be right back.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We're back with Sam Roberts Show.
Nothing here to say.
Welcome back. Here we are, Sam Roberts Show. 866-969-1969. You know, I watched a couple things yesterday. I watched some of Pat McAfee's Big Night Ott. That was the live event he did from Pittsburgh that was streamed on YouTube. I mean, the guests, it was just guests on top of guests on top of guests, but Shane Gillis was on. He was very funny. And it reminded me that I also just watched the Kill Tony Netflix episode. Have you watched Kill Tony on Netflix yet?
No.
I mean, the giggle fit that I was having.
Were you having a giggle fit?
I was having a giggle fit. And what gave me the giggle fit, watching Kill Tony on Netflix, was, I thought I was ready for it. They had, an all-star panel. They knew this was the Netflix episode that they were taping, so they went all out, All the Joe Rogan's on there, Tom Segura's on there, everybody's on there. But they had Adam Ray as Joe Biden doing a set, so he went up there on stage and did a set. They had Donald Trump on the panel, as played by, of course, Shane Gillis. Now, Shane Gillis as Donald Trump always puts me into a giggle fit. So I thought that's what was going to do it. But something else did. Something else was my absolute standout. Kyle Dunnigan as Elon Musk is about as funny as it gets. Kyle Dunnigan came out with a full, fake jaw on, dressed as Elon Musk, and just kept laughing, making, bad jokes, and then grabbing onto Joe Rogan and saying, "We're best friends. This is my best friend, Joe. We're best friends." He was so funny, just being Elon the entire time. He was trying to, fist bump people, but he did it all awkwardly. I mean, I couldn't stop. I would watch Kyle Dunnigan as Elon Musk and nothing else if he decided to put out a special. Look, here's a clip of it from, and you can see he's got the fake jaw on, he's got the shades on, his dark MAGA hat,
Oh, hang on.
I thought, it's really funny there. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Ace Ventura, really great movie. Very funny. So are you a tit man or an ass man? Yeah, really curious.
Isn't it the best?
Yeah. Really curious.
It really is that type of I want to fit in. Are you a tit man or an ass man? Thinking the rest of the guys are going to be like, "Oh, you asked him what we were all thinking," when in reality everyone's like, "What?"
I see someone trying really hard not to laugh.
I mean, Joe was sitting there. No, I mean, because Joe clearly knew how hilarious this was.
Of course.
And he was laughing the whole time, but he was trying not to make too much of a spectacle of it.
Tit man or an ass man? Yeah, really curious. How are you so smart at the same time? No idea. Question still stands though. Dude, I don't know. I'm an ass guy until the babubas get too big. Then I'm I like it, on Earth, right? I'm an ass man, right? But in space, I like space boobs because they don't sag, ever.
He's touching Joe. He just wants to be near
Kyle
Joe.
Dunnigan is so funny
because he doesn't care. He commits.
Maybe him and Adam Ray, just same.
Yes,
energy,
Adam Ray and Kyle Dunnigan would just commit. But I don't know if there is anything. I don't know if anybody gets lost more in a character than Kyle Dunnigan. Mm-hmm. I don't know who Kyle Dunnigan is. You know what I mean? When he's speaking as himself, you're I don't understand. Adam Ray still has maybe a hint of Adam in there somewhere.
Sure.
Kyle Dunnigan is gone.
Yeah.
He's completely gone. He becomes a blank canvas. And I mean, he was on for, it's a 2-hour show. He's on for half the show as just everybody coming up and Elon doing it. And then, of course, they eventually brought Trump out to sit with Elon.
Oh, okay.
But keep going with this clip.
Like, I like space boobs. Because they don't sag, you know? Like, ever. Yeah, we're good friends.
We're good friends. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. And then,
All right, I'll watch it.
And then Shane comes out as Trump, and then it's Elon and Trump sitting next to each other. No, like, I mean, and everything Elon says, even if it's like Trump will say something, and then Elon kind of says the opposite, and then Trump still agrees with Elon. He's right. He's right. Oh, Jonathan in Connecticut. What's up, Jonathan?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
I noticed like all the YouTube shows are converting to TV, like Kill Tony, Logan Paul has a reality show on Max. Even Mr. Beast had the Amazon show, and it's funny because Mr. Beast said in an interview, he's like, I interview people, and if they say their goal is to go into TV and movies, I nix them right away because YouTube's the future. But I'm starting to see the shift, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's where the money is now. Like, it's converting back to TV rather than YouTube is where you can make your millions.
Yeah.
Or else, like, Mr. Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, yeah, thank you, Jonathan. It's a good point. You know, I think that it has a lot to do with the fact that there was this separation. So I think it happened in multiple steps. There was this separation forever, where it's like YouTube existed and TV existed, and they didn't get each other. They had totally different audiences. You know, it was what it was. And then they started to kind of, and you saw YouTubers do this. Like the early YouTubers thought that the next step would be to get a television show, but they would leave YouTube and they would do like a television show. Like Lily Singh did it, and Grace Helbig or whatever her name was did it. Like, but they never worked, because they were television shows by a YouTuber, and none of the YouTube generation wanted to watch television shows. So none of them, and you know, at the time, for what the genre was, it didn't translate to TV. It just didn't work. I think now, especially the streamers are looking and going like, a show like Kill Tony is getting 1 million views a week. Like it's undeniable. You know what Joe Rogan is doing with his podcast. What like Schultz, the audience that Schultz was able to get with his show. I think a lot of the streamers are just going like, look, we'll give you a ton of money. Just do what you do. Do whatever you want. I think that's where the difference came in. That it's not so much like these guys are auditioning for the streamers anymore. They're not going to the streamers and going, please, can we do something for you? What can we do for you? It's more the streamers going to people who are successful on the internet and going, hey, can you just do that on our thing? Like this Kill Tony deal, I think Netflix bought something like 3 specials. And they're basically just on a Monday going on Netflix instead of going on YouTube. So it's just an episode of Kill Tony, and this one goes on Netflix instead of going on the YouTube channel. And like that Mr. Beast show, it felt very much like Mr. Beast was the one who made it, you know? And so I think it's just people trying to survive. It's people trying to figure out nobody knows what the future is in terms of entertainment. So I think they're just trying to like throw everything at the wall. It'll be interesting to see, you know, I don't know what the numbers of Kill Tony on Netflix are, and we never will know because they don't give the numbers. But what those numbers are compared to numbers that he would have got on YouTube. And even if they matter, sometimes numbers on a streaming platform can be more or less valuable than numbers on a YouTube or something like that, you know?
And I'm sure it opens up him to other people that wouldn't discover him.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, probably like probably older people, to tell you the truth, right? Mm-hmm. Like older people that aren't clicking around YouTube. They've probably heard of this. Maybe they read an article. Maybe they saw a clip somewhere or something. They might, or maybe they're not. They might or might not be aware of it. But all of a sudden they watch this and they go, oh, this is great. This is what people are talking about. And maybe it sends them to the YouTube channel. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe they just wait for the next Netflix thing. There does still kind of seem to be a separation of people who will watch streaming or traditional TV and people who kind of get most of their content from YouTube. But this thing just came out recently that said that YouTube as a media... Who's crunching?
Sorry.
Oh, I was just wondering because I hear it in my headphones. I'm just hearing. There was this thing that came out recently that they said that YouTube, as a media company, was getting ready to bring in more money than Disney, which is nuts. But I mean, I don't know. I get a lot of my content from YouTube,
and I get a lot of my content from Disney.
You love your Disney content. Yeah, it says YouTube is projected to surpass Disney as the world's largest media company. And yeah, I mean,
in a few years, I think.
Well, I think that places like YouTube, I think it's all about the generations as they get older. Like,
oh, by year end, jeez.
That sounds like what you were criticizing me for.
I said I think.
That's a problem.
Thinking?
For you.
I gotcha.
I think that basically, like, instead of, as people get older, like if you grew up with YouTube, you're not getting older and then getting off YouTube and going to a streamer.
Right.
YouTube's just kind of evolving with you, you know? Like, there's still young people using YouTube, but you just keep, and as content creators get older, they keep evolving with the platform. And a lot of streamers, I think, are just trying to figure out, like, okay, these are legitimate celebrities. Can we get some of that? How do we get the internet audience to come over to this streaming service? Mm-hmm. And it's a very delicate balance because you don't want your YouTube fans to look at you like you sold out. But I think they're figuring it out. YouTube by year end will become the new king of all media. Wow. They beat Stern.
That's not cool.
Stern's like, I made that up. Nobody can be, there's only one. That'd be like if they said YouTube by year end will become the new last professional broadcaster.
Really, that's not true. I heard in a sales meeting it was someone else.
Yeah, they did say that in the sales meeting. They said, you can't give yourself a nickname. I said, okay. Okay. Yeah, sure you can. I'll bet.
No. Okay, bet.
Right. Surpassing Disney in 2024, YouTube generated $54.2 billion in revenue, ranking second to Disney. Last year, Disney's revenue, excluding their parks and experiences division, reached $59.7 billion.
So yeah, they're probably on track.
Right. They're looking at what's on track, unless Disney has some big, like, windfall.
Maybe all that Snow White money hasn't come in yet.
Yeah, maybe not. That was a tough one for them, huh?
They knew it was coming.
They really did.
They tried to sweep that under the rug as quickly as they could.
Yep. Because that could have been either a summer or a holiday release easily. And they were like, nah.
Especially because they're getting a lot of praise for the trailers for Lilo and Stitch.
Right.
So they're like, let's just focus on that.
Let's go Lilo Stitch.
Everybody's going to love that. Let's focus on that.
It is really ironic, though, because there is a story about the original Snow White that Walt was such a tyrant about all of his stuff that when he would cast somebody, like the voice actress in the original Snow White, mm-hmm. he signed her, apparently, this is what I've read, signed her to like this insane contract.
Oh, yeah.
Where she would get to play Snow White, but she could never do voice work or acting for anyone else for the rest of her life. She could do this, but they said that the voice of Snow White, and this is crazy for Walt, because that means that he had this vision way back then, but that this vision that Walt had for Snow White and how iconic that voice would be and the character, that he said, like, the actress is going to be coupled with this character, and we need you. And people wonder, why do we need unions? And then he made her sign a multi-page contract that said she was forbidden to sing in a movie or on the radio before or after the movie premiered.
Also, she was not originally credited as Snow White because voice actors weren't credited.
Crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not going to be credited, and also you can not do any more of this voice work.
And yeah, that's where her career began and ended.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a great gig.
I mean, I guess.
People still watch that movie. And I'm sure she made a ton of royalties, right?
I really doubt that.
In the era, they made great deals. But you go, that seems way out of line. She should have much more freedom. Let's let the new Snow White say whatever she wants to. Did she just bomb an entire franchise by doing interviews?
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows exactly what the original Snow White's contract was.
Walt is in hell right now going, I told you guys. I told you.
I was smart. But there's never been anything to disprove that either
I totally believe
she was
it.
Well, there's two things, that either she was contracted not to do anything, or that Disney actually owned the rights to her voice. You know?
Oh, so it's either she wasn't allowed to do anything, or they straight up owned her voice.
Yeah, because there were reports that like certain people did inquire to Disney about having her on different programs and stuff, and their requests were denied.
I bet they owned her voice.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my bet.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Walt was a maniac.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet he bought her voice for pennies on the dollar.
She was paid $970 for 3 years' work.
Yeah, but in 2025 money, that's a ton.
That's $16,000 today. She was 18. What? It's not like child labor.
I mean, it's
I bet they
close.
go work in a factory after this.
Yeah, I mean, how far is $16,000 going to take you? I mean, that's not even going to float you the rest of the year.
In 1938, she and the actor who voiced Prince Charming unsuccessfully sued Disney and RCA for a share of the soundtrack record profits.
That's like so justifiable. I love that it was unsuccessful.
Yeah, no, get out of
I'm
here.
singing on this, and they're making a ton of money off of it.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. And Walt's like, all Walt has to do is just wink at the judge. Nah, this doesn't seem to have any merit whatsoever. Anyway, let's allow this to exist for generations upon generations. In and out of the vault as many times as you want. Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't think they thought at that time it was going to last for generations.
I think Walt did. I don't think the actors did. I don't think most of the studios did. I think Walt did.
He was very forward-thinking. I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably, but
an egomaniac.
Oh, yeah.
But
like all geniuses are, you know?
You talking about Kanye?
No, I'm talking about like Steve Jobs. I wasn't thinking about Kanye. I was talking about like, people who changed the world.
Yeah.
He's a genius, but he's nuts.
Kanye? Yeah, he's just insane.
He's insane.
I was talking more about Walt, Steve Jobs, Sam Roberts's.
My man. The Sam Robertses of the world. You could say that because it's not possessive.
No, I just meant one.
Oh, shit. No, that's true. What would they? Steve Jobs. They said he was known for. They said that he existed within a reality distortion field.
Yeah,
where, like, it was accepted at a point that reality did not apply to Steve. Now, what's really funny is there are a lot of people. This is the harm in that, because it's admirable because Steve was right, and it's in a way admirable, even though he was a maniac, because Walt was right. Like, when you hear all these stories about these geniuses that were right, that they did have this vision and that it did change the world. But the most fascinating people to me are the people who think that they're Walt Disney or Steve Jobs.
And they live in their own reality distortion field.
And they don't have the ability to distort reality whatsoever. Like, they completely abide by the same rules as everybody else. Billy McFarland believes that he lives in a reality distortion
there's a big update
field.
today.
Is there?
Well, yeah, he posted last night that there was going to be a big update today.
Oh, I thought you meant you saw the update. You're saying that we have been promised a big update today by Billy McFarland about the Fyre Fest?
Which is good, because I didn't buy my ticket yet, and I got to make sure.
Well, they're probably going to start. I mean, AB's going.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't know where he's going for sure, but we know he's going.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Keep going. I didn't mean to throw you off course there.
Like, unfortunately, Troy.
Yeah.
Kanye West is in the category of people that think that they're Steve Jobs, but really is just a talented recording artist.
Yeah, and he just can't do it again. It's like one thing, like you can be a lunatic, but when you're making people money and you're creating good art,
that's right.
But when the art dries up and you're not making people money,
right,
you're just a fucking asshole.
Right. Like, that's what like Apple fired Steve Jobs. There was they fired him. There was a meeting of the board. They came in together. The CEO that Steve Jobs had hired away from Pepsi, John Scully, I believe his name was, said, we just can't have Steve here anymore.
Yeah.
And the board came in the middle of the night and unsurreptitiously removed Steve Jobs from his own company. So what did Steve Jobs do? He left and made Pixar.
And then what did he do?
He sold Pixar to Disney, and then he said, hey, Apple, I heard your business is tanking. I heard your business is in the proverbial shitter. Would you like me to come back and save your business for you? It will only cost you everything. And they said, yes, Steve, yes, we would. Yes, and then, you know what Steve did? He goes, hey, did you guys ever think of the iMac? They're like, we hadn't thought of that, Steve. He goes, okay, I got another one for you. You ever think of the iPod? They're like, we didn't think about that, Steve. He goes, okay, I got another one for you. You ever think of the iPhone? They go, we didn't think of that, Steve. He goes, okay, I got another one.
I think actually what he said was one more thing.
Oh, and one more thing. Thank you, Travis. That's exactly what he said. What if we made it bigger, called it the iPad? People were like this. Just a big iPhone. Nobody will want this. He goes, make the fucking thing. They go, okay.
Bob Kelly will support it.
Bob Kelly will support it, and we will prove him right again. He supports any and all gadgets. You don't even have to seed him. He will buy it with his own money. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say so.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to be able to be like, look, you had this one good era. Now we're going to throw you out. You're useless to us. And he goes, okay. I see you, fam. Okay. Watch this now. And they're like, oh, what did he call it? The Next computer or whatever it was? That was a big flop. That was a big failure. He was like, cool. You guys like Toy Story? What? And he had already made his billions. He was already set for life. And then they go, could you please save Apple?
Oh, the Newton. Remember the
Newton was old John Scully's project.
Oh, was it?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. The Newton, because Steve Jobs was like, this thing fucking sucks. Yeah. Yeah, the Newton was what they did when Steve Jobs was gone, and it almost put him out of business.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was. I love Steve Jobs' book.
Yeah.
So good. I memorized that shit.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm like Steve Jobs with my apostrophe.
I mean, I don't know if that's...
Danielle, you think so?
Yeah.
See?
I think so.
See?
It's innovation that excites.
That's right.
What is that, Home Depot?
I think it is.
It's either Home Depot or Sam.
Well, Home Depot rules too. And now this generation has Billy McFarland. And they said, major fire update coming today. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
This is getting wild. Need top TV producers. We're documenting everything.
Nice.
This feels like he doesn't care if the thing is successful or not.
This feels like success.
This feels like you're tanking a festival on purpose to make another documentary because you saw other people profit off of your failure last time. So you're going to fail on purpose for a documentary that is going to be far less successful because we know you're failing on purpose.
I saw the receipts.
Well, there's a list of things that didn't really... I mean, it was a list of things that all it proved was he started planning a festival in March that's supposed to take place in May.
Things get done quick.
This was posted 16 hours ago.
Yeah.
That was
today, yeah.
That means yesterday.
Yeah.
It says the Playa del Carmen municipal government is facing national and international
That
criticism.
was just like, it's a link to a story kind of saying what's going on.
Why didn't they just link to us talking about it?
Because he doesn't care about you.
He should.
I know he should.
I got his back.
We tried. Troy and I tried.
We tried.
Yeah.
When I see him again, I'll run up to him.
Right, and yell this time.
I will.
Because you didn't get his attention last time, and I get you were trying to... But
he was walking, he looked like he was like, had, you know, he was like, I got somewhere to go. He had earbuds in, and he was walking. And I didn't want to go up to him and like shake him.
But now you know. Like, don't put your hands on him.
Jump in front of him.
You got to jump in front of him. You got to yell really loud. Wave your hands up in the air so he can see you.
Billy!
Yeah, exactly. And then talk fast. Yell fast. You know.
Sam Roberts is a show.
Yeah, you might get confused, and that's fine. That's just like a learning curve, and that's fine.
You're like some stuttering maniac.
He's just like panicking. No, I gave you promotion to Roberts too.
Couldn't stop saying Roberts.
Oh no.
He was like stuck in a loop.
There's no the.
Just no the.
What?
What? It's an apostrophe. He wants to see you.
Possessive.
Come with me, Billy. And you grab him, bring him right up here. Yeah, I think we can get him.
And with that approach, I think so.
I think so. He just hasn't heard us yet. He will.
Troy's a convincing
he
guy.
will.
I sent him the videos.
You did?
I did.
Thanks, man. You did your part.
I tried.
I know you did.
I was like, why wouldn't you want to come on a national radio show and tell your story?
Because
now it's like he's trying to do a dumb documentary. That's why.
Well, bring your camera crew in here.
Send him the Andrew Schultz link.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's right. A lot of people, they just come in here and talk to me, and they end up, it's such a hassle. Everybody reports on him. Ask Paul Walter Hauser. Ask Andrew Schultz. Yeah. Okay? We know what we're doing up here. We got a system in place.
Yeah.
I'm trying, bro.
I know you are. I know you are.
Yeah, we can supply Evian water instead.
It's true. Yeah, if he doesn't like Fiji,
that's true.
We'll get you an Evian.
And trust me when I tell you, we got our own Mr. Do-It-All. Travis will get you that Evian no matter what it takes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If we don't have Evian here, I'm prepared to do anything.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say we have our own dick sucker.
Well, that's what he's
that was the implication. I don't think I needed to. I mean, that's more than
handling it.
I was kind of trying to tap the nail, and you really hit it with a sledgehammer, but that's fine too.
Billy, he'll put a penis in his mouth.
You know, like the other guy from The Thing. Yeah, I'll just say this: Travis was parked outside of CVS putting chapstick on.
Troy, you want to elaborate on that?
So Travis is parked out there, and he's preparing to suck whoever needs to get sucked.
Right. Okay.
For the water, you see.
Yes.
The water.
Which is a callback.
Why'd he pick a CVS in the South Bronx?
I told him he could get it from wherever he needs to get it from. That was his thing.
No, I was just there. Yeah. It's on the way home.
I'm anxious to see how the theaters do this weekend. I want to see if the Minecraft movie will be able to maintain its level of commitment from its fans. If the virality will be consistent. It's now starting to feel like when Popeyes put out their chicken sandwich, and you just saw like all those memes of Popeyes workers just on their break sitting outside looking defeated because the demand for these sandwiches has just been too much. Like, it's a hell of a time to be a movie theater employee right now. I saw a video yesterday where some rascals, I guess they heard about all the shenanigans that were going on in these movie theaters, especially for the chicken jockey scene of Minecraft movie. We were talking about this a couple days ago, that I went to see the Minecraft movie with my kids, and I had no idea about the references. Everybody else in the theater did, and I had no idea how much this youth culture would glom on to everything going on in this Minecraft movie. But they absolutely loved it. It could have been my favorite theater experience I've ever been to. Everybody was just in a state of pure and utter jubilation. But then we started to see it was getting extreme. You know, we saw some kids throwing popcorn in the air and everything. And getting thrown out of theaters because they were losing their minds so much at the chicken jockey reference. Well, it went to the next level. I saw this video yesterday, and unfortunately, some young men, because it always is, teenage boys, believe it or not, who make poor decisions.
Just having a good time.
Well, they got thrown out of the movie theater because they brought a live chicken into the Minecraft movie. Watch this. They're on each other's shoulders, and you can see that's a chicken.
That is a chicken.
It's a live chicken. See, there it is moving. It's safe to say we got kicked out. It's a live chicken. Now, I have a lot of questions.
Go ahead.
You guys wouldn't know this?
Mm-hmm.
The chicken jockey scene is probably a solid hour 10 into the film.
Okay.
See, that's where he grabs the chicken. Feels very much like Spider-Man in the Facebook movie. Remember when he fed the chicken, almost tanked the whole business?
Yep.
I don't know if they were pledging.
This looks like a great time.
It looks like a great time, but it looks like they grabbed the chicken from in front of the seat.
No, I think he had the chicken. He's holding the chicken right here.
No. I'm saying that before, when he got up, you could see.
No, you can't.
When he pulls the chicken up.
No, he's got.
No,
the
that
chicken.
was in reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, it was in reverse.
Travis is moving it back.
Oh, I didn't realize we were watching in reverse. Yeah, no, he's got the chicken. Oh, okay, you see what I'm saying, though. Okay, I didn't realize you were watching in reverse. Yeah, he's got the chicken.
What a time.
Yeah.
In his hands. Do we think... So he's also wearing a tank top and shorts.
Yeah.
Maybe he had
And a
on
mask.
some kind of overcoat, and that's how they were able to get the chicken in the theater?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a great question. How do you get the chicken in the theater? And also, like you said, if it's been an hour...
A solid hour 10.
Does that mean, like...
Plus previews.
Every now and then you're hearing, like...
And you just think it's some wise guys making chicken noises, not realizing there's a live chicken in the theater with you.
Just keep it in a shopping bag.
Well, it would be dead.
Wait, a shopping
A
bag?
shopping bag?
For an hour?
You can
And
hang
what,
on
you
a
gotta hold it?
Right, like you go to you get at a grocery store.
Yeah, no, I know what a shopping bag is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. No,
Oh, okay.
You double bag it.
Uh-huh.
You put the chicken in it.
Right.
You walk in like you got your groceries.
Yeah.
What if
Just
the
have it
bag
sitting
gets wrapped around his beak? He suffocates himself.
Yeah, then what do you do when you get in the
It's a
theater?
paper bag. How's it going to get wrapped around his beak?
Yeah, you idiot.
Oh, you're using paper? I didn't realize you were using paper bags.
Yeah.
You didn't clarify that.
Oh, my apologies.
I figured we were using
I
like
said
Target
double bag
bags.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought like the Target,
yeah.
like the nickel bags you got to
Yeah, 'cause
pay for.
that's what everybody uses.
You're thinking paper bags.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking plastic bags. We were just on 3 separate pages.
Oh.
But I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were
bags.
still killing the environment. That's on me.
But we brought it back during COVID because we're getting
right.
COVID from the bring your bags from home. So you double bag it in paper bag.
Yep. Put the chicken in
And
the
by the
bag.
way, can I tell you this?
Yeah.
Your information about this to me is far more valuable, and God bless everybody, but it's far more valuable than anybody else.
Why is that?
This feels like some real Pennsylvania shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, how would I pull this off?
Right.
Yeah, I would take the chicken.
All right, so you double bag it in the sense that, like, now it's covered.
No, like you double bag because if its claws rip through, so you need a little
okay.
extra.
I thought you meant like
it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's a full grown chicken.
Yeah, you don't want the chicken to fall out the bottom
No,
of the
of course
paper
not.
bag.
Then you
Now,
look like a real idiot.
Does the chicken have? Well, a lot of people wonder. Does the chicken have large talons?
Does
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And you put some feed in it, so it's something to eat.
Boy, I don't understand a word you just said. So you put some feed in it, so that way
It's
it
something
could.
to do and something to eat.
Right.
Stays entertained.
I mean, we need popcorn. Put
Stays
some chicken
entertained.
feed in there.
Yeah.
And anytime it starts to make a little noise, maybe you sprinkle a little more feed in there.
Don't you think with the constant eating of the feed that it would eat through the bag, that it would just poke
You gotta
through?
put enough through.
You think these boys are buying feed for this chicken?
Well, where'd they get the chicken from?
I have no idea.
They probably. I mean, where was this?
Doesn't seem
Don't
like it's
know.
from a store.
I mean, it's like there's places that just have chickens everywhere,
Not right now. Not with eggs.
Eggs being what
Biden
they
killed
are.
all the chickens.
Biden killed a lot of chickens.
and that's kind of the thing right now. People are getting chickens.
What?
Like I feel like people want the chickens now.
People
that's
are
the
getting
thing.
chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll bet their parents bought the chicken.
Yeah.
And their fucking idiot son stole the chicken and brought it to the movie.
Where's
And I bet he
chicken?
brings it home and puts it back. The parents don't even know.
Right. They're not. What are they checking?
It's not
Twitter?
like They sacrifice the chicken in the theater.
That's a good point.
No, that's pretty
no
dark.
Santeria.
No, well, they don't practice Santeria. You know?
They don't got no crystal ball.
No. They used to be very wealthy, you know?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they spent it all. Yeah.
All right.
They figured it out.
Okay, so we're thinking double paper bag.
Double paper bag. Maybe even triple, just in case.
I would triple because they're also heavy. You don't want the bottom to break out.
Right.
Because you can't. You also have to hold it by the handles. Because if you hold it by the bottom when you walk into the theater, it's very
No,
suspicious.
you can't do that. You have to walk in like you got groceries, and you're like, oh, let's go to the movies now.
Right, and it's
You can't bring groceries into the movie
Why
theater.
couldn't you?
some theaters there are theaters that aren't as strict as others.
That's true. A lot of theaters, they don't care.
Right. I mean, Hot Dog worked in a movie theater.
Yeah, that's true.
And some
Like
theaters
imagine if Hot Dog was like, you can't bring that into the theater.
I'd be like, okay.
You'd knock his ass on the floor and walk right in.
You're like, yeah, all right, I'll bring it back in a minute.
Yeah.
And then just keep walking.
Yeah.
And go like, I want you to make a choice right now. And this is a choice that you're going to think about for the rest of your life. You could either stop me or you could let me walk through. Which one do you think you'll regret later? And he'd be like, enjoy the show.
Yeah. Let me move out of your way.
You know, I'd look at him like Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men. And he'd go like, you can't go into the theater with that grocery bag. And I'd look at him and go, I want you to know you're going to remember this day for the rest of your life.
Take a coin
I'm going to give you the ultimate gift. Take out a coin. I'd even wear a Dutch boy haircut that day.
Gracias.
Yeah.
All right, so we got it in.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
got
in.
and now we bring a little pocket full of feed.
Yeah, you're gonna have like another bag somewhere,
Right?
Maybe it's in your backpack. You just like some sort of plastic bag.
Yeah, but yeah, you could probably have a plastic bag in your pocket.
Yeah, so you
with
keep
feed.
throwing some feed in there,
just a little bit at a time.
Yeah. You tell your homie to go down in the row below because when this scene comes on, I'm grabbing the chicken and I get on my buddy's shoulders.
Now,
obviously.
Is there any sense in waiting in the bathroom stall with the chicken for an hour or so and then kind of walking?
That is a good point.
No, because you have less of a chance of getting figured out in the theater. Like if you're in the stall,
right,
and it's a little more quiet, and then it starts clucking. Yeah,
Just say that's like the sound you make.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm going. Who are you to tell me what to sound like?
Plus, in the day and age that we're in, what if, even though he's a prankster, there's another prankster that does the, my brother's in there with the door locked, can you help him out? And then the prankster gets that TikTok. And then, because these TikTok pranksters, there's so many of them.
It's like Inception.
Yeah, they're just going to be running over each other. Nothing's going to be able to get done.
No, just one prank after the other.
Right. And the guy's like, I was embarrassed, but also I found there's a chicken in a paper bag in there.
Yeah.
We can't let you in with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just still having a hard time figuring out how he sits there for an hour with that chicken.
You mean because of the excitement? Oh my God, I'm gonna have this chicken in the air.
I mean, like the chicken's got to be like it wants to get out of the bag. Like you could put as much feed in there as you want.
Chickens
it's gonna want to get out of the bag.
Chickens are dumb.
I'm betting he didn't even go in until close to this scene.
No, but he paid for a ticket.
Yeah, you still pay for a ticket.
But he would want to watch the movie.
You think he? You know what, Danielle? That's actually a bad point. I think.
What? No.
I don't think he went. I don't think he went for the pure enjoyment.
No.
I think this was.
He went to make the video.
I think this was mainly for the chicken prank.
I think it'd be
But
for
he
both.
probably enjoyed the movie.
He's not like movie
unless
number
this is
one.
the second time or seventh time back.
It may be seventh time back.
Then in that case, sure, great.
Okay.
But to me, and I know my generation, we're kind of stingy. Like if you're going to pay for a ticket, why would you wait in the bathroom? Watch the movie and enjoy the rest, and then pull off your thing.
You think he's thrifty?
Yeah.
It's very possible.
Unless they just snuck into the theater. And
That's
didn't
another
pay for,
possibility.
Yeah, they could have They could have seen a different movie.
Yeah, movie hop. Yeah.
Right, and then go into
or
the other
go
theater.
in from the.
But their seats are in the middle of the row.
That's true too. They do have good seats. It's a pretty packed theater.
Yeah, you can't really sneak into Minecraft right now. There's
No, they're
He
packed.
was there the whole time.
Okay.
I think he might have been. Could you replay the video? Did the lights come on?
I can't tell if the lights come
Or
on
if that's everybody's
the flash.
camera flash.
I think-
Everyone's flash.
I think those are all his friends. They knew what he was going to do, and they're like, make sure you light up, put your lights on your cameras.
I think this may be a fraternity.
These people in this row are not in on it.
No, I think it may be a fraternity.
Oh, you think it could be a fraternity?
Yes, because there seems to be, number one, a brotherhood, and number two, it's a very large group of friends, and even like it's just hard to believe that you could get in high school. Like, I mean, there's got to be 20 kids all there together.
Unless it was a situation where they were talking about in the cafeteria, hey, he's going to do this. Everybody get tickets so you can be there.
You can organize.
Could be a senior prank scenario. That's possible too. I just feel like it'd be easier to do in a fraternity. And we love fraternity humor, don't we, Mike?
Oh, of course.
It's where the best jokes are made.
Yeah.
It's pledge week fun, huh?
Well, I didn't pledge, but
witnessing.
I heard they had quite a time.
Yeah.
Eating cookies with extra stuff on them. And
What extra stuff?
Semen?
Fudge?
Seminal fluid?
Well, see, sometimes guys in fraternities, what they like to do is they sit in a circle.
Right.
And there's a single cookie.
Sure.
And they all have to bring themselves to climax.
Ooh.
And the last one to reach climax has to eat the cookie with all of everyone else's leavings on it to prove their brotherhood.
That feels very ooky.
The cookie does become a bit ooky by the end of the ceremony.
Also,
can you imagine eating Friends that bad?
Well, no. It also feels like there's an element of latent homosexuality
amongst fraternity brothers. I will not hear any of that.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I may be out of line.
Disparage their good name.
No, you're right. You're right. It's just to be penalized for being the last to climax in a circle full of your male friends.
No. I know a lot of frat brothers, and those guys love pussy.
Okay. Sorry. I was misinformed. I had never seen American Pie The Naked Mile, so I didn't know. Mark in Wisconsin?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I think I know how they did it. How they got the chicken in there. My grandma used to hypnotize chickens. You can hypnotize a chicken, and
what?
I don't know how long it lasts, but that must have been it.
That's wild. You can hypnotize. Travis, can you look up if you can hypnotize chickens? There's a different Mark in Wisconsin.
Hello?
Yeah, hey.
Hey, guys. Yeah, anyone can make a chicken fall asleep.
How?
You put their head under their wing.
Really?
Yeah, you can. I think I saw it on Carson like years ago or whatever, but yeah, been around for years.
Wow, thank you.
And they'll fall asleep. They'll fall asleep forever until you get their head out of their wing.
Wow. Let me tell you something. I don't know what you guys in Wisconsin are doing with your chickens, but this seems to be known in that state. Thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah. No, it's great. You put their head under their wing. They stop resisting. What?
Like what? Like you move their wing over their
Apparently
head?
you draw a line and you just hypnotize it.
Chickens are stupid.
That's why we eat so many of them.
Yeah. I'm going to try this with Hot Dog. I'll bet if I just shove Hot Dog's head under his armpit, he'll fall right to sleep.
Look at that.
Oh, it worked.
It worked.
Okay.
Right up to her baby.
They're holding the chicken, and then they let them see the rock, and then they make a line with the rock, and then they let them go, and the chickens just stay in this docile state.
I mean, not even stay. They don't even move.
Right.
His feet are all akimbo.
Whoa.
Like he crunches the chicken up to keep it there, and then they just stay right there, like they're not moving. And then when you push the chicken around a little bit, it walks away.
Snap out of it.
That's so
there you have
weird.
it. 2 different chickens.
That's so strange.
So there you have it.
Who was the one that figured this out?
Yeah.
That was sitting there just doing chicken tricks in his spare time.
There's a lot of people got a lot of time out in Wisconsin.
I guess they do.
Chicken pranks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is amazing. I bet this has been passed down through generations. Like grandparents, like grandfathers teaching their grandsons. If you just draw... Okay, now we're just watching one. That's it.
Oh, my God.
You just draw a line in the sand. Like you have this chicken on the dirt, and the chicken sees your finger, and then you use your finger to draw a line in front of the chicken, and they just stay there.
The chicken's like, I've never seen something so beautiful.
They can't believe it. It's like that kid in American Beauty watching a plastic bag.
Yeah.
The chickens just stay in the exact position you put them in.
A little bit.
Until you decide it's
Until
over.
you knock them.
Probably get up.
Like he's talking. He's walking around the chicken, doing nothing.
It's hypnotized.
Oh my
And I didn't have
gosh.
to
Would
put
it
it
stay
on
there
its
for
back.
days?
I wonder, right? Just starved to death?
Should I keep my dog away? Oh. I'm going to put this chicken away now.
Whoa. It's just there. It's right up. He put the camera right up to the chicken. The chicken's not moving at all.
Looks zonked out.
The chicken is totally paralyzed.
Draw a line on you.
I mean, it looks perfectly happy, too.
That's okay. I left the other one out. Should we try it with the rooster?
Yes.
You guys,
Yes.
This is animal cruelty. Let me know. I don't know. Should I try it with the rooster? Look, it's actually
What?
gonna go to sleep.
Hey, if you guys think I'm doing animal cruelty, leave it in the comments below. Hit like, subscribe. It's good for the algorithm. Every little bit counts. Are they going to wake the chicken up? Wake it up. It's still hypnotized. We're watching this video in real time. It's been 2 minutes.
Should we wake it up before we go?
Yes! It's been hypnotized for 2 minutes.
It's looking so happy, though.
And now it's just awake.
Hey, guys, what are we
As
doing?
soon as you touch it, it's going to snap out of it.
That chicken just lost 2 minutes of its life and has no idea what happened.
That's wild.
That's insane.
I have no idea.
Oh, my God. Chris in
I'm
Texas.
going to get some chickens.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
Just wanted to update y'all. Yeah, in high school, I volunteered at the zoo, And that's absolutely how they feed the snakes. They would hypnotize these chickens, lay them on their side, and rub their fingers through the sand, and then snap their heads.
Oh my God! This is the last thing you'll ever see, chicken.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. So they just, but that means so they snap their necks, so that way they're dead. Obviously, when the snakes come and get them. But like, that means they wake up for a quick second because you got them by the head. Like when you jostle them, they wake up for a second. That means they wake up for 1 second, going, "What's going on?" And that's it. They die. Oh, that's a tough...
Oh yeah, I was 15 years old volunteering. This was the craziest thing to watch. These people just massacre these little chickens.
Did you do it?
No, God no.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the hypnosis part because that was just fun. But
yeah. I mean, you're an accessory to chicken murder then, but you're not a murderer.
yeah, exactly.
You can live with that. You can live with yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, thank you, man. That's
no problem, y'all. Have a great one.
You too. So maybe they're just in the movie theater.
Yeah, maybe the chicken was hypnotized.
Because, well, once the chicken's in the theater, like, you can't get it into the theater still being hypnotized.
Right.
But maybe once you're in the theater, maybe they just hypnotize the chicken
Draw a line.
during the trailer, drew a line, and then real quick unhypnotize the chicken. When the chicken wakes up, it's just, there's popcorn flying everywhere, and it's on some frat bro's shoulders.
What the fuck?
What the hell is going on? Wow, that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. All right. I think we figured it out.
We did. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. We're going to take a break. We're going to hypnotize a couple chickens, and we're going to be right back.
We will be right back. The Sam Roberts Show. We're back. With Sam Roberts Show.
It's a 5 p.m. local time show. You can get tickets if you go to notsam.com. There's a ticket link there on Ticketmaster. And scoop up those tickets while you can. I think I'm going to maybe start announcing guests later today on. I'm going to use social media. Is a new strategy that we've been working on. So we'll see if that works.
Hot dog? Good point.
You know, I want to see. That's phase 2. What does hot dog look like with everything? I want to see the monster he becomes. That's where my head goes to for some of this stuff. Also, the Satisfying podcast returns today. We had a 2-week hiatus, so Nicole Biggins and I are back. I thought it was done forever after we tricked her into celebrating Mike Boschetti's birthday with Mario Bosco.
I don't know if that was a trick.
But it was a trick. I did not inform her that those two were going to be in studio. And I saw a picture of her face, and she was dismayed. But all that said, we were able to do another Satisfying podcast. The audio is up now on the SiriusXM app. You'll be able to watch it on YouTube as well after today's show at 11 a.m. Eastern or whenever is convenient for you. We did a full, and I didn't want to do it on the radio because on the internet you have a choice to click or not click. We did a full spoiler-filled review recap of White Lotus Season 3.
Oh, okay.
Obsessed.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to watch.
I'll just say this.
Please, give me a reason.
Nicole is, and I always love giving you the reason because Nicole is so funny. She said, without any sort of, like she didn't know why I was laughing at her, which is my favorite times to laugh at her, without spoiling anything. You know, in that show, it looks like people have a happy ending, but they clearly have made choices that are bad.
Sure.
Anybody that gained financially at the end of the show, she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? That was a happy ending. I was like, no, it wasn't.
She comes from a simpler perspective.
Yeah, she was like, she said, if you get what you want, it's a happy ending. And she doesn't mean that in a spiritual or, I mean, you should have seen her face when I said, but it's not righteous.
She doesn't think about it, what cost.
No. She's just like, if you get a thing and you want the thing,
then you're happy.
Congrats on the happy ending.
Congrats on getting that thing.
I go, but you had to lose everything you were as a human being. She goes, okay. So it was really funny that and it wasn't, she wasn't doing a bit. It was just we had completely different perspectives on, and if you watch the show, you probably know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't watched the show and you don't want to get it spoiled,
Don't watch Satisfying.
I mean, this would be a terrible Satisfying for you to check out. But if you've either watched the show or you don't mind getting spoiled, this would be a great one for you to check out. Speaking of Pittsburgh, we were talking about it with Pat McAfee's show there and everything. I was laughing because it was not nice.
No, why you gotta... I know where you're going.
Yeah, because I think it's a funny thing.
It's not cool.
I think it's funny. So, fans of the Pittsburgh Pirates, 25 years ago, they paid a lot. How much did they pay per brick?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so they paid money to have bricks when they were they put bricks in the entrance of the stadium.
It was for sure a couple $100.
Right. And they paid money to each have a brick engraved. Like, you get your name on the brick because you're such a fan. And every time you go into the stadium, you get to see your name or somebody else sees your name or whatever it is.
That's great.
You probably put a loved one on there. Like, if maybe you grew up going to the game with your grandpa, he's dead now, so you put his name on a brick so he'll always be a piece of that stadium.
Yeah, stuff like this. Just
Joe Rudder, Pirate sports writer, Joe's dad, Tom Rudder.
Sure.
Right. So Joe Rudder was a legendary sports writer. All he wrote about was the Pirates. He loved the Pirates.
Wouldn't shut up about it.
We just kept writing and writing. There was smoke coming off his pencil. He was writing so much. And so his son said, I'd like to get a brick for you.
Oh, here.
How about this one? In memory, thank you, of Harry F. Simon of Point Breeze, lifelong fan.
And look at the caption. No visit to PNC Park is complete without visiting my dad's commemorative Bucko brick.
That's nice. I mean, Travis, if they opened this up in Baltimore, you would get one for your dad.
Absolutely.
And he would probably love that.
Lisa and I got one in Montreal.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. It's not there anymore. Suffered a similar fate as this.
For the Expos?
No, not for the Expos.
I can imagine why it's not there
I would love
anymore.
to have had money back when Disney was doing this. You walk up to the Magic Kingdom, all those bricks are bricks with people's names on them. I think the Vedder family has one.
Should have got one. You mean...
Of the Eddie Vedders.
Oh. Of the Seattle Vedders?
The Seattle Vedders, yeah.
So... Pittsburgh decided to do some renovations on the stadium. They got to get it up to snuff. All these stadiums are modernizing. And, they decided they needed a new walkway to allow everybody to come in. So they said the bricks, that's yesterday's news. They said that's the old way.
You know what they said?
What?
Hit those.
Hit those. They told the bricks to hit themselves. They pulled up all the bricks. They got rid of them. They put a new flooring to allow people to come in. And some Weisenheimer decided to figure out where the bricks went. The bricks are all now in a garbage dump.
Yeah.
They're in the Staten Island of Pittsburgh. There's just a whole giant mess of them in the town dump. And you can go visit them. You can just see a stack of bricks. Those are memories. Down here, it's our time. You're going to have to hang on in the garbage dump if you're a Pirates fan and want to see your brick again.
Oh, it's like a Bouch Schmidt.
Yeah, exactly. He's just looking at all his files that he kept. Yeah, we keep those on computers now. All right, good to see you. Thanks for checking in. I thought the bricks were going to be forever. They thought 25 years was enough time for the bricks. More than enough. Everybody's read them already. Oh, the Pirates have responded, explaining the removed bricks were the third set over the years damaged from weather and foot traffic. Oh, so they had to keep redoing the bricks. And they said, those bricks, we overcharged you for the bricks.
I don't know if they were redoing the bricks or if this means like this is the third time we've done this. What's the big deal? Like, this is the third time we've removed bricks.
This is the third set of bricks.
I'm not sure.
Over the year. Okay, so meaning like if this... How long has the stadium been there for?
About 25 years or so, yeah.
Okay.
It was one of the newer stadiums after Camden Yards opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a gorgeous place. Absolutely.
We respect, appreciate, and understand just how meaningful these messages are. We share in that feeling. Oh, okay. No problem then. No harm, no foul. We have been actively planning to develop and unveil a more permanent display for the special messages to honor the enduring support that our fans shared then and continue to share in our future. Bullshit. Well, we don't, and then they'll go like this. We had a plan. We were going to put all the messages up, but then somebody threw out the bricks, so we don't know what the messages are anymore.
Like, what's the plan? A website where you can like click on your virtual brick?
We got an app, a brick app. You can go and look at it's a JPEG. It's an NFT. We're gonna give you all NFTs of your bricks.
Board bricks.
Could you Could you remind us what the messages were? Because we threw them all in the garbage.
The pirates clarified they have no contact information for brick.
No, they didn't say that.
But they do have transcripts of the inscriptions. They said the bricks were never intended to be returned, and fans had the option to purchase replicas when they first bought them, which is true. We have a replica brick.
So yeah, but you want the real brick, is what they're saying.
Well, you expect that if you're buying a brick, it's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a permanent fixture, at least until you die. You don't want to be alive to know that your brick is gone. Like, what? I would have just spray painted something. You know?
Yeah.
I would have just tagged it.
El Barto.
This is fans felt that the communication had been lacking and said they should have been given a chance to retrieve their cherished bricks. They said, and the pirates have responded, you can. Just go to the dump.
Yeah, it's down there.
Go garbage pick if you want them. Yeah. This is somewhere besides going to where they're buried to actually show we appreciate them, said Kramer. It's taken a lot out of me not to want to ever go back down there for that reason.
Oh, shut up.
I mean,
Look, I get it.
What were you a fan of? The team or the brick?
The brick, like, okay.
I'm more of a brick guy. That I haven't really, I stopped following what the Pirates were doing in about 2000, but I'm a huge fan of this brick.
Yeah, be more concerned that your team's not competitive. Ever.
Which is why this story is so big, because there's nothing else to say about the Pirates.
Couldn't even afford to buy that card.
Well, yeah, but doesn't Pittsburgh have that pitcher?
Yeah, Paul Skeens.
They got Paul Skeens.
For a couple of years.
And then didn't the commentators say they have decided not to build a team around them?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we got the pitcher. We don't need a team to build around Paul Skeens.
They have the pitcher, and they're very excited to get something for him in 5 years.
Right.
When they trade him away.
Right. Perfect. Yeah, he's a commodity more than anything else. Jeff in Rhode Island. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, morning, Sam. I believe the Pirates are having a bad PR week in general because there was a logo of Roberto Clemente in right field that they took out for an alcohol advertisement.
Yep.
Wow, what are we trying to do? Give out free logos on the field? Come on. Come on. Is this show friends or show business? Come on, guys. Let's get moving. Let's get cooking.
I mean, it's been there forever.
No.
Yeah. So it says Clemente 25, I think was his number.
Sure.
21 rather.
Sure.
And that's been there forever.
That's perfect.
Because you honor, your greatest player.
Right. And
tragically died.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Great humanitarian. There's a whole award named after him, the Roberto Clemente Award.
We love Roberto Clemente.
Do you also love beer?
I love beer.
Do you love Surfside?
Surfs of all beers, Surfside? How much could Surfside have possibly paid for that ad?
And you gotta
that's
feel
an
like
iced tea.
Oh, it's an iced tea. Is it a
hard iced tea?
It's gotta be. Yeah.
Nice.
Surfside iced tea vodka.
Nice.
Roberto Clemente's son just says, "Wow,
wow."
Like, that's fucked up. There's got to be another place you could put an ad.
Yeah, but in Hot Girl Summer, are we drinking Surfside? I mean,
celebrating Roberto Clemente.
Yeah, look, what Danielle, you would know. What do brats drink?
Yeah, brats would drink a Surfside.
Okay, well then I think, God bless Roberto Clemente, but Major League Baseball, they have to bring in the brats, and no brats. How many of the brats like Roberto Clemente?
I don't
think many of them know who he is.
Exactly. But they know about Surfside.
Yep.
They're just trying to get the brats to show up at the stadium.
Roberto Clemente Jr. Tells TMZ Sports that the two sides had a good conversation during a meeting on Monday.
He clearly got paid.
he was probably like, what the fuck? And
Yeah.
they were like, how does this sound?
How about $10,000 for you to stop talking about it? Okay. That sounds fine.
He said after a productive discussion, he truly believes it was an error.
An error?
How?
No, it wasn't an error.
How?
That's the exact spot that Roberto Clemente's number is. No, we know.
Yeah, no, we fucked up on that one. That was our bad.
That's our bad. That was a mistake. That was an accident. How is it an accident? How does $15,000 sound? All right, if it was an accident, it was an accident. I mean, look.
Come on.
Does it take away his legacy? No.
No, but just be honest. Be like, yeah, we need the money.
We needed the money. The
Also-
brats didn't know who Roberto Clemente was, and they were also all like, "Oh my God, who put all these bricks here?"
Yeah, they probably
so we
got a
rid
lot
of the bricks.
You're not wrong. They probably got a lot of brats coming to see Paul Skeens because Paul Skeens is dating Livy Dunn.
I heard Livy Dunn is in one of the sweats.
They're like, we got
In one of the what? In one of the sweats.
We got to market the Surfside.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. They got all that buzz with the Paul Skeens card. The last thing they want to do is appear to be yesterday's news.
Living in the past.
No. They want to be a forward-thinking team.
Yeah.
And the fans probably like this.
Yeah, they love it.
They love it. They think it's great.
If there's one thing fans love, it's forgetting the past.
That's not what baseball is about.
No.
I mean, if you look at everything about baseball strikes me as something that should be happening in 2025. It's definitely not about legacy or the past.
No. We don't even call it America's past.
We call it America's current time, baseball. What's great about baseball is it's America's current time.
And it changes all the time.
Rapidly. Yes. You never know what the rules are going to be next season. It's the best part of baseball. I heard they were going to turn Monument Park into a Buffalo Wild Wings in Yankee Stadium. Because what do people love? Monuments or?
Wangs.
Yeah. Troy. Yep. If I said you could come over, I said we could do two things.
Can I come too?
We could, nope. If I said, Troy, you could come over, we're not inviting Travis.
Okay, great.
We're already there, right?
There's bells on.
Okay. I said we could do one of two things. I could look at a bunch of plaques of dead baseball players, or we could get some wangs.
Oh, wangs all
Okay.
day.
All right, so what do you think we're going to do? What would you rather think about, hard iced tea or a deceased baseball player?
Hard iced tea.
Okay, so there it is. There it is.
Why can't I come?
Well, that's a whole different story. You don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
All right.
Just let it sit. It'll be easier for you. You could make up a reason. It'll be less hurtful than whatever I say.
Oh, there's probably only 2 spots in the car.
That's exactly.
And you don't like wings anyway.
I
Right.
love wangs.
Oh, we thought you didn't. We've never been to Wings with you. Yeah. Well, at least Foul Ball Guy has returned.
God.
So baseball fans are just, this is a good week. It seems like it's going to be a great season, Travis.
Yeah.
You like Foul Ball Guy?
Home run guy?
Yeah. He's been at it for decades at this point, right?
Zach Hampel or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah. Zach Hampel. He just shows up. He's like, look, you better catch that motherfucker because I'm going for it. I love it. It's the same guy. This dude who baseball fans just hate, which makes me adore him.
Well, look at his shirt.
What's his shirt say? Oh, he's got his shirt. Oh, cool. He's wearing his own shirt.
His shirt says his name.
That's awesome. It's the Rays and the Yankees.
No, Angels.
Oh, was it? Why did I think it was the Yankees?
Well, they're playing at
Steinbrenner
Field.
Park. Okay,
Yeah.
That makes sense. And you can see everybody's got their Rays jerseys on, except for this guy who's wearing his own T-shirt, which must have sold very well by all the people who want to buy the T-shirt of the guy who catches many foul balls.
Yeah. Hey, I want the T-shirt of the guy who pushes kids out of the way to get another home run ball.
Right. Be alert for home run balls. Which, by the way, that is not a home run ball. That is a pop-up. But
that's a catchable ball.
That's a ball that would have been caught. It would have been a nice out. And here we go. But our friend Zach Hampel declared this is a home run ball.
This is a good way to describe him.
Let's see. The time has come. Okay, no. This Twitter user says this guy is a 47-year-old who gets his rocks off collecting baseballs, and he is happy to push kids out of the way or interfere with games to do so. He is a certified fucking loser. Whoa, I didn't know he got the certificate and everything. I wonder if he hung that up in his house, or if he doesn't have room because of all the home run balls, all the foul and home run balls. Yeah, this guy has dozens and dozens and dozens.
Hundreds
of caught balls.
Yeah.
Whether they be home runs, foul balls, or fair balls that he decided to keep for himself.
I got it.
I mean, imagine being an outfielder and seeing, and they all know who he is. You're an outfielder and seeing Zach Hampel out there going now I'm playing against the audience too? This fucking sucks.
There's one thing baseball fans can agree on.
They hate him?
It's hating Zach Hampel.
Why? He's got
a piece of shit.
He's got such a great collection. This is the ball that would have been what the Rays needed to win the game. But I decided to step in. Let's see. Okay, scroll up. I like this caption. Okay, this is Zach Hampel. He's got a Rob Lowe style Major League Baseball
he's
cap
just a fan
on,
of baseball.
which I need to get one of those. Mike, can you get me an NFL cap?
The Rob Lowe edition.
I would like one for next season if you could get that for me, and I'll wear it because I celebrate the league. I'm just a fan of the league. I'll probably root for whatever team Aaron Rodgers is on, to tell you the truth. It says, some fans hate the Yankees, some fans hate the Padres, some fans hate the Astros, some fans hate the Mets. Every fan hates Zach Hampel.
It's true.
Is this Dan Clark guy just tweeting constantly about how much Zach Hampel...
Was this the same guy?
This is from a few weeks ago.
Oh, he really hates Zach Hampel. He's a writer and podcaster covering MLB.
Yeah.
On X with a touch of spice. Who declared that? I hate that guy. Oh no, they hate Zach Hampel.
He has 12,784 baseballs.
So he's doing something right.
Yes.
I mean, does he have them? Does he write down the dates on them?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Right?
I'm not sure if he does or not.
Because I don't know if you'd want.
I don't like him, so I don't really read much about him.
You know what? I think the move would be to print a label and stick it on the ball.
Oh.
Because you don't want to write on the ball because it was an in-play ball.
Right.
And it was probably in play when you caught it. But
it remains in play.
It is still to this day an in-play ball. But you also want to remember which ball is which. This is when I ruined this game. This is when I ruined that game.
And it's even more frustrating because, I really do think that he leans into being the villain.
Of course he does. Who needs friends when you have all these baseballs?
Right? What are you gaining from this?
I have garbage bins full of baseballs. That's one of those things where even if you weren't as hateable as Zach Hampel, if you go over to somebody's house and they go, look, I have this ball that I caught at this game. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I'll take, I caught, can I say, you'd hold the ball. Oh, that's a cool thing. He's like, look, but I have thousands. I'd go, I want to leave right now.
Get me out of here.
What you do is you've collected so many.
My wife has blueberry pie in the oven.
Oh, big time. Big time. You can leave whenever you want. Just answer these questions.
Yeah, just pick which door you want to go through.
Let me ask you this question. Are you a person of faith? What?
Have you played Monopoly?
Yeah. Zach Hampel totally has people in cages in his basement.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those things where, there are hobbies that when you overdo it, it makes the whole thing shitty. It makes the whole thing less special. Yes. And I think Zach Hampel has perfected that art. He's the type of guy that would go to the dump and collect everyone's bricks and then refuse to give them back to anybody.
Yep. No, I got all the bricks.
I have all the bricks. No,
they're all mine. No,
they're all mine now. I like memorabilia.
Yeah, he sucks.
I like to. That's the perfect picture of him because he's got no friends or family with him.
No, just his balls.
Just his baseballs. What does the caption say? It says, before you pay, he gives a lot of baseballs to kids. He openly acknowledges on his website that, this is Dan Clark again, that he has 12,784 baseballs. Just 341 of those are game-used balls. The other are collected during warm-up, which should be in a child's possession. So he's taking balls during warm-up. They throw those balls to kids specifically.
Mm-hmm. There's a great Joker's...
oh, my God, it's so funny.
when Joe... His punishment is that he has to go down, and the pitcher's in on it.
Right. But Joe keeps taking the balls from other kids.
He has to grab all the balls from all the kids.
That was the second most embarrassing and humiliating punishment that Joe Gatto ever faced.
Talk about the other one. That one's brutal.
Yeah, it's so tough to watch.
Because he takes a kid to get a ball, and then that mother goes running at. Oh, that was so hard to watch.
That's like trying to get John Cena to sign your photos by kidnapping somebody else's kid and sliding your 8x10 under the kid's 8x10.
That would never happen.
I saw it happen.
Who would do that?
Eric Nagel. Our old co-worker, E-Rock. Mm-hmm. He went with me to a media wrestling event. And John Cena came out just to say hello. He was coming in the room. It was like a media tent. And it was all the members of the esteemed members of the media. That's why I was there. And John Cena just came in. He stood up on the bar, which something tells me maybe down in West Newbury, John's done before. And he got on the microphone and just thanked everybody for their coverage and thanked everybody for being there. It was a nice thing. And then he left, and on his way out, a line was made. But there were like some kids, like some of the media people had brought their kids. So these kids had things that they were trying to get John Cena to sign. So this Eric Nagel, who we used to work with, ran up. He picked up a stranger's child that had stuff for John Cena to sign, and then he slid his photo with John Cena under the child's stuff. So that John Cena, and he did get the kid's stuff signed.
Yeah.
But then also got his own stuff signed with the kid's stuff.
Low-key respect.
That's right. That's right. All right. I think we end today on a joke. We go to Chuck in Boston. What's up, Chuck?
Yeah, I called to tell you about my experience at I voted for Trump, and I went to the Trump-Elon protest, and I was wearing a hat, and I got mixed reviews. My hat said, "My other hat is a MAGA hat." Half people came up, shook my hand, thanked me for not wearing my other hat. Like, you're lucky you didn't wear your other hat. It was my other hat is a MAGA hat. That's what I was wearing. Get it? Did it go over your head?
No, hat stayed right on the head.
My other hat is a MAGA hat. Thanks for not wearing your other hat.
So if you want to catch some of the stuff that we did this week, you can go to the Not Sam YouTube channel. We posted the full interview with Paul Walter Hauser. We posted the full segment with Andrew Schultz. We got some video of the segment we did about the Minecraft movie, all kinds of stuff.
Chris Stefano.
Oh, Chris Stefano, full segment is up there. Go to youtube.com/notsam to see video from the show. You can also, of course, use the SiriusXM app to get everything we did this week on demand. It was a hell of a week. It's going to be a hell of a week next week. Be here for it. We'll see you then. And goodbye.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.